up was all the bots got
Was
all the
YouTube
tickets.
lost as well?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, good.
But yeah, it was. They're playing with Slipknot in New Zealand this summer.
Australia.
Sold out in minutes.
Yep. I would love to see that show.
That would be a good show.
I've seen Stone Sour twice.
I've seen them. I've seen some.
Seen Stone Sour.
Both times he played Bother, I saw it at the Family Values tour, and then they
That's what I saw.
came with Non-Point.
Champs here.
Did you
Hey,
sit
Sam.
in the lawn seats?
Yes.
At the Family Values tour?
I did.
So you were there for the mudslide.
I was.
And the mud throwing fiesta during Deftones.
Yes.
Here's
Oh my
something.
God.
But I got. You know how much mud I got on me? None.
I think I saw one guy, he tried, had a beer in each hand, and he tried to walk across the mudslide, and then everybody just watched as someone came barreling down. We were like, nope, this is going to end badly. Spilt it all.
Sound. Okay. I'm hearing it.
Ratings just went down with Z Real. That's what Champ said.
No.
What now?
Yeah.
He's talking smack.
You got your phone on you?
No.
Oh, you need to pull up Facebook Live
my
and like
God.
and share this shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Champ.
Corey Prince.
You already broke the seal, lady, eh?
Hello, Tooth.
What seal?
Kevin Gillum.
Haha, that seal.
Brandy Kelly O'Bagley. Ben. John Tyree.
I just said the S word though. It's okay. That's light.
The Z stands for zero.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, damn, dude.
what the?
Shooting on you on the Joe Show, buddy. Hello, Dawn. Machuda.
Yeah, Machuda. If everyone could please share this.
William Medley. What up, brother?
Bradley, you can't share it. Sorry.
I'll get back on there eventually.
Gregory said already shared even with your guest
I
choice.
know, and I'm watching the one that you're sharing. I clicked it.
Thanks, Tooth.
It'll be a good show.
El
Oh,
Conquistador.
not already.
Hello.
Shameful.
Man. Where we get this fancy desk? Me and Bull made this desk. He made it. I held the things.
The things, yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all did great.
I held the lumber.
And two,
You on the
if
wood.
you can't tell, it's the greatest pinch hitters around, me and Bradley Ramsey.
That's right.
Just so you know.
Bob Show.
What's up, Elizabeth Medley? How are you?
Share.
Oh,
Share
tell
goal tonight
Red
is 20.
Pants I said hello, Elizabeth.
Old Red Britches. Went to a restaurant here one day in town. And I'm walking in, and it's a new restaurant, Jefferson's. And I seen a bunch of people I know that work there. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Then I seen Elizabeth walk out. She goes, hey, Travis. I'm like, why are you here? Don't you not live here? I guess she lives in Manchester now. I need a fancy announce table and an announcer. Well, I'm a fancy announcer, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Sweet
be on the
Lou's
lookout
on
for a
here.
person with a real good voice for you and get back to you, Gregory.
As you
Look,
say
Right
in
after
your
these,
voice.
right after these messages.
Whitney
I see what
Kay,
you did
Jenny
there.
Kellenhofer.
Sweet Lou is watching Jesse Privet. That's pretty
So during the show, we'll actually shout out people that chime in and
nice.
And watch.
watch.
Say hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
And ask him to share. Share.
What'd you say share goal was?
Share goal is 20.
20. We can get that.
We were
Yeah.
30 last week.
35.
Averaging 30 something. You need to.
All right,
Raise
share
it.
goal's 40, bitches.
Woo-hoo.
Woo!
You better call a friend, is all we know.
Oh,
We
have you?
got
They're all in this
13
room.
watching right
Well,
now.
2 are at the
so
beach.
Yeah.
Y'all share
No,
and then
just
you
one
text
is
a
at the
friend and
beach.
ask them to
Elizabeth
share.
shared it. Thank you, girl.
Yes,
Just one
thank
person
you.
is at the beach. My goodness.
That's my girl.
Tooth and Travis at the announce table. That's right.
Oh, yeah. What up, Jenny?
I guess I just failed.
Where is Tooth and Eli?
They are on a romantic getaway for Eli's anniversary.
Tooth's with them?
Well, it's Tooth and Eli are together. It's good now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was, me too. I was like, I don't know.
That's what you said.
What is that?
That
Hey.
Oh, okay. I was like, I hear something.
It was a horrible delayed echo.
Some dick named Robert Z. Real's watching. What about that?
Oh.
Yeah, he just chimed
Hey,
in.
Whitney. How are you, girl?
I hope he's
It's
not a
crazy. Like,
spammer.
if you get the live going and like your volume's up, it'll be an infinite loop.
Yes, and it's funny. It's just that long
You'll start
echo.
questioning yourself. I need to stop drinking right now. Holy cow. John Tyree, thanks for sharing, my brother. Shouldn't you be fishing right now or something? No, it's dark. You need to watch this show.
Yeah.
I'll say, man, I don't like anything enough to be outside.
Yeah, me neither. You
Now I'm doing.
hey, Champ, you taking Gregory over, or you taking Bull over me? I don't think so. Calvin Ryan is watching. Is that Red Bridges?
Red pants.
I'm with you, Bradley. Like
Cal Red Pants.
Cal. So we should call him Cal Red Pants from now on.
Yes.
I got my daughter on it.
He was going by Redmond.
Yeah.
And always just so happened to wear red tights or red
Emotion
sweatpants, so I
flurry.
just started calling him Red Pants.
If y'all could give
I like
us some emotions too, that would be great.
That
We
dude's
like
quick,
to see
man.
the
He-
little bubbles
He's a
pop
little
up.
little buzzsaw in the ring, dude. He's wow.
Yeah, Bradley. If I'm in a tree,
He actually helped me. That
Ask
or
Kilauea
in
how
a
hard he
boat,
can
any
kick.
kind of weather,
oh, I can hear.
it's not for recreational purposes. I promise you.
New.
There's something else going
All
on.
right, we are now live.
Oh, it hit 0.
Wrong one. There we go.
Lady A, it's at 0.
I know. I made it go away. It's going away. I promise. Here in a minute. It didn't like chime or anything.
That's why you're the producer.
That is right. We're
No,
gonna have zero
no
for
mad
a
face.
minute.
No mad face. Who's mad
Don't
face?
mad face it. Oh, don't mad face. That makes the Facebook
Someone-
gods angry. Please
They
put
like-
hearts behind that.
Yeah.
Do a lot of hearts. Facebook
Hey,
likes the
The
hearts.
mad face.
Emotion
But also
flurry. I
thank
love
y'all for the
flurry.
emotion.
Is Hobbs watching? I feel like Hobbs would be the mad face watching right now.
Hey, Jackie, how are
Taylor?
ya?
Why would he do that? Oh, he's
don't
Corey's
be
man.
mad
Yeah.
faces.
Well, he's kind of. I mean, I only wrestled the one, but
He's
not-
a lawyer. He's a blood-sucking lawyer.
right. But he helped me. He guided me to this win right here, though. This 6-man championship.
Guys, I think somebody who's watching the show, they've like had a heart attack and passed out on their phone. all they're doing is they've passed out on the comment
I can
button.
see the emoji or your profile picture, but it's too little to make out.
It's okay. You just said make out. My bad. I was just sitting there.
The champ said it's all him.
I was
Now
waiting
they're-
I was waiting on the fastest.
Make
to say
Stop
it.
doing the mad. Okay.
Yes, Elizabeth, you need to party. You can come over here next time we do a show.
Oh yeah.
You and Cal can be on the show.
Ah. Party on, Wayne. I kick so hard people quit dipping. It's true, though.
It's Gregory. Gregory, stop doing mad faces.
No,
Sorry.
Matt, no.
Mystery solved. Give me hearts, not angries. Thank you.
All right, you ready to get this bad boy started?
Woo!
Yes.
Let's get it started. Yeah. I'm sorry, you said it was a music edition.
Well, after we talk, we'll get the music.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not. Not.
You
not
guys got a
musical.
musician coming?
Yeah, he'll be here soon.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you when he gets here.
I just started singing.
Bonus.
No, that's. We're glad you stopped. Hey, Sissy.
Hey, sissy.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, everybody, welcome to the
Next episode.
Other Day Joe Show. I'm your host, Lee Travis Reed. You might have heard of me before.
Probably not.
I have.
Middle rope read. Ah, come on,
There
Robert.
you go.
Oh, somebody's
Damn.
heard of you.
Damn.
He's heard of you. Oh, gosh, he's famous.
Oh,
Middle
wow.
Rope Reed,
Middle,
famous.
old middle rope read here, boys.
Hey, I was there and I was very proud of it.
Thank you, man. I
Me
appreciate
too.
it. Thanks. Bull was
da-
there too.
My
but Bull's
daughter's
not-
your number one fan.
She is.
Yes.
She put her hair up for me.
I know.
right.
That is so sweet.
Yeah. Well, tonight here, Studio 11, episode 95. We're getting close to that 100,
We are.
and that's impressive.
That is impressive.
People
Go you.
Yeah. High five myself. No friends.
You have friends.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Half a 10. All right. Here tonight, Lady A, womaning the controls as normal.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Dandy.
You are dandy. Looking like a damn snack over there.
Yes, thank you. So do you.
Yeah. Wow. What's up, Hatfield?
Oh, just get used to it, Bradley.
Oh, when'd y'all get here? Sorry. Yeah. So, Lady A, what you pulling on this evening?
I have a Michelob Ultra this time.
Keto friendly.
It is keto friendly. Yes, I've lost 7 pounds this week.
Get it,
I've
girl.
also not
Get
eaten
it,
food.
girl.
Damn.
Is that all in hair?
That's not keto. That's just starvation.
David Joseph said that Trigger Digit shirt looks great. Yes, it does.
Ah,
It's a good logo, by the way.
he's heard of Trigger Digit,
Has
I
he?
think. He's the guitar player.
Oh,
that's
he
cool.
might have heard of it. But somebody said that Robert Z. Real Guy sucks. What's up, Brandon James?
Landon.
So many haters.
I know, dude.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters.
Well, you know, I mean, that's when you know you're crossing over. Is whenever people hate on you.
Yeah. Hey, we got 2 trolls on here,
Yeah,
so we've made
we've
it.
arrived.
Well, one of Eli's one of them, so
What's up,
he
Double
really
D?
doesn't count. So
Yeah.
True, true.
Yeah. Bradley Ramsey, how are you, sir?
Very good. Very
Good, man.
Happy to be here.
Bradley's filling in for one of the guests that never leave. So they're on their romantic getaway. Hope you guys seriously hope you guys are having a great time, man. I wish we could have won, but
Yeah. Just kidding.
yeah.
It's been 3 months. I was waiting for the call.
Just waiting for the call?
Generally, it's about a 3-month rotation.
Hey, Gregor, I got your shirt. It's out. It's over there. I'll hang it up for you.
It's in the pile, right next to the toilet paper.
Bradley, what you drinking on there, buddy?
My usual Coke Zero.
Hey, Erica.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
That's been your staple here lately
Hey,
for
Jennifer.
the past 5ish years.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah, 4.
4.
4 plus.
Quit drinking for 4 years.
That's amazing. Hey, if I can do it, anyone can.
Yeah.
Not me.
Sounds like
I don't want to know me when I'm sober.
They haven't. I've not smoked for 3 weeks.
Hey, that's an accomplishment.
Yep.
3
4
weeks.
years no drinking,
Like
3 weeks no
cigarettes?
cigarette.
Yes, let's all do a round of
cigarette.
applause.
Yep.
Hey, that
There goes.
Man, they say nicotine's the hardest thing to kick. It's hard. It's tougher than heroin.
Damn,
Now,
Gregor.
that's
God.
coffee. That
tough on
coffee is, I
caffeine.
believe.
Nah, they ain't.
Champ says trigger digits terrible.
Nicotine. They recommend
Gregor doesn't know good music.
the 12-step program
Robin.
for people trying to get off nicotine. Because they said that it's people that have given up everything else have the hardest time giving up nicotine.
Wow.
I can see myself apologizing to everybody for being around them when I'm not smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely see me having to do that.
You do really well, though. Like,
Yeah, I'm not-
you've not,
I'm not killing
hulked
anybody.
out.
He's in a constant state of rage. He's like the Hulk, just waiting.
That's true.
Yeah, you are hulked.
Hey, caffeine and nicotine are the only 2 things I've got left. I'm not giving them up. Not yet, anyway.
All right, special guest this evening, the rock star Robert Z. Real. How are you, sir?
Doing all right. Doing
Cool,
pretty
man.
good.
Thanks for finally making it out here. I talked to you
Good to
several
be
times
here.
about coming on, and
Yeah,
you actually could do it.
finally.
Yeah, man.
Able to clear my schedule.
Yes. So, what you drinking this evening, sir?
I'm drinking on rum and coke. It's
Rum and Coke.
my usual now. Used to drink the whiskey more, but I don't know. One day it just started drinking the rum more.
Hello, Victoria. I like a good. So, Carl Lee Barton. I like a good Sailor Jerry. Sailor Jerry. Yeah.
David likes Sailor Jerry's.
I like it. That's good shit. Good shit. Well, thanks for coming out, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Bull filling in for Eli on the Guess That Never Leave.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you this evening?
Well,
What are you drinking?
a Miller Lite,
Okay. Thanks for being here.
very good beer. Fine. Fine even.
He's got,
Fine, even.
he's got a little more personality than Eli
Do
usually
they,
does.
do they have him on a word count? What? I've
Jamon
never
King,
heard you
ask him
talk
about
that little and that
fiberglass.
slow.
I will, sir. I'll write
I'm
that
trying
down.
to stay under the quota.
Yes, Carly Bull is on the mic. He's filling in. Hey,
What up,
Mother Judy,
Carly?
Steve Bear.
Hey, Mama.
So I myself am having a fine Pilsner beer out of a 16-ounce aluminium bottle, and it is a fine Pilsner beer because it says so on the can.
That's right.
My arms are too short. I can't reach that far. But it is. It says fine Pilsner beer on the can. That's how I do.
I believe you.
That's
How
great.
you
But
know.
you have to remove the koozie.
No, well, my beers don't get hot because I don't take. I drink them too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching episode 94. Huge response to that one. Just ridiculous amount of people that watched that thing. It was mind blowing. A lot of good feedback on that one. Tommy got some great stories. He's been around the world a couple times, it seems, that dude. And we didn't even make it to his 30s yet. So
I know, yeah.
we still got at least two more episodes left with that guy. You know, maybe get him and Big Fella on one night. And I'll just hit record and I'll just walk off, and they could talk about.
I don't think you could do that.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I had to sit there and listen, and then try not to interrupt. But
What's Andrea hitting on over there? What's that little diamond shaped
Oh,
deal?
it's my e-cig.
Oh, okay.
It's little.
It's a baby.
Petite, and it's tiny. It's gone.
There you go. There you go.
And now it's back.
That's how you smoke indoors.
I'm magic.
That's how you smoke indoors, right there.
Yeah.
It's a booby e-cig.
And somebody taught me if you hold it
It's a
in
B-sig.
your mouth for a couple more seconds, there's no smoke.
Deep.
So it really is.
Cool.
You can do it anywhere. Full of innuendo.
We learned that Saturday night at Bites of Europe.
We sure did. It was a productive
By the way,
evening.
we had a great time Bites of Europe Saturday night. Had fish
Yes.
cakes. They had a little Irish menu for St. Patrick's Day. She had some Guinness beef stew. Oh my gosh.
Gosh, with some Guinness, it was amazing.
I saw the photos. It looked like a really, really good time. That
Yeah,
evening.
it was
looked
fun.
It was that standing room only.
Yeah.
But if you walk through that door, Kevin's going to find you a place to sit, and he did. That was amazing. It was he was going in his what's up, Gator? DJ Kano. He went in his office and pulled out a chair and like four folding chair, or a table and four folding chairs,
don't
and
know
just
why-
set it up in the corner. Here, you guys can sit here. Is this okay? I'm like, oh yeah, fine, cool. So
It was actually warm enough that evening. I'm surprised it didn't spill over into the beer garden because it didn't
Well,
rain and it
There
was
were
really
some
warm,
people
wasn't it?
out there
Yeah,
by the
okay.
fire pit.
and
Yeah.
they said at 5 o'clock when they were going to open for the party, 'cause they closed at 2 after lunch and then got ready for the party. There was a line around the building waiting to get in at 5 o'clock.
Where's this at?
Bites of Europe
Where is that?
in town.
It's by Yamato,
Oh, okay.
right next door.
You ever been?
No.
You
Oh,
should.
you should go,
It's
man.
Obviously, I just
amazing.
asked you where it was
Yeah.
at.
I forgot you don't drink anymore. So that's,
Their
no,
food
No,
is
the food's good. I mean, I
divine.
still like to get. I like being around people that drink. Those are still my people. I just don't partake. So
Yeah.
I find where the drunks are, and that's where I go. Because that's where I have my best time.
So
Oh, well, there you go.
You feel
What's up,
the
Bubba
comfort.
Whitsett?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, their food, man. They German food, French food. They have specials every day.
So
Their
good.
desserts are made in house. They don't have cooks. They have chefs. They are
Yeah.
chefs. They
Oh,
are
cool. I'll
It
Yeah.
is.
check that
Shout out Erica.
Yeah,
I love
and the
you.
steak is a man steak. It is a for real man steak.
Hey, Victoria King. Yeah, all their food, man, top notch. The owner Kevin's awesome. And I've told this before. They have a limo service.
Oh.
You don't have to pay anything except tip the driver.
Thanks, Mother Judy. She likes our
Just to
time.
get you home, pick you up, get you home.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
so if you're drunk, hey man, hey Mark, Mark's the guy that drives the limo. Hey man, can you take me home? Yeah, sure. Throw him a tip. He'll take you to the house.
Andrea, your mother is so supportive.
I know. I
What
love
about
her.
that?
Isn't she the best? Thanks,
So
Mother
supportive.
Judy.
So yeah, it's. I mean, what else could you ask for? Great food, and hey, I drink too much. I don't need to drive. Let me.
In style, too.
Yeah.
Not like a Uber.
Yeah, you're in a
or
limo.
yellow cab that's got stains in it from God knows what.
From Andrea the night before.
Yeah,
That's right. My bad.
Yeah.
What's up, Brad Davis? Brad Davis.
Brad Davis. Hi, Brad.
Everybody say hi to Brad Davis.
Hello, Brad Davis. How are you, sir? I was looking. This guy, David Joseph, said that Robert looks like a kid at a grown-up table.
That's because everybody in Trigger Digit is like 3 feet taller than I am. When we take groups, like we just got a new drummer and he's kind of close to my height, but
Right.
still taller than me. So we take group shots and like to make us look like a normal group of people, we did it from like the downward and then it shoots up.
The downward dog.
You had,
Wait.
you
wait.
had that angle going just right. Yeah.
So he's like, oh, he's not that much shorter. But if you see us all on stage together, especially my bass player, he's like Lurch.
Oh yeah.
He's really tall. Bean is. He's also the oldest member of the band.
Erica says the limo doesn't have stains, and you're right. It doesn't.
Oh, well, good. No, it was
Nope.
look clean. Somebody said, "No, you're just short."
Yeah, everybody else isn't tall. They're saying you're short.
Yeah, that's my
I
brother.
believe it's
Shut
a
up, Jamin.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring
Well-
theme.
What's jacked up? I've been this tall since I was 12.
That's how I.
When I was younger, I was taller, a little, not much, just maybe half an inch taller than he was. And then, like the next year, everybody just shot up, and everybody's like, "Oh, Travis, you're going to be huge. You're going to be a giant." Nope, grew one inch.
My parents told me that too. My mom specifically, she always tried to reassure me when I'd get upset. People would be making short jokes. She's like, "You're just like your cousins, Josh and Jason. They were short. You'll get taller, honey." It's okay. Nope.
Nope.
Short like my dad, his dad, probably his dad too. Just short.
There's still time though.
And we're no. I'm just gonna get shorter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start punching more.
So what checked out with my family is my dad's like 6 foot, 6'1". His brother's 6'3", 6'4". His son's like 6'9". I'm the middle grandchild. There's all boys and one girl. The girl's the youngest. She's like 6 foot. I'm the shortest. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Seriously? But I'm better looking than all.
I was going to say, you're hotter.
Yeah, so it worked out, man.
I'm the shortest member of my family out of like everyone, except for, of course, my little brothers. That's not fair.
No, they're very young. Right?
They're getting close to being taller than me though. My brother Alan, he's already up to here, and he just turned 13. So I was like, "Yep, you found the tall genes. I don't know where you got them from."
In the men's section.
Short Norwegians.
Pretty good.
All right, guys. Don't forget if you want to be hands free, don't have your phone in your hand all night. You can watch this on your smart TV on YouTube.
Yep.
It's streaming at the same time as it is on Facebook. So just go to Everyday Joe Show on YouTube. Like and subscribe, please. Pretty please.
Please and thank you.
And we also also more exciting news. The website, the new www.theeverydayjoeshow.com is up and running. You can go on there, create your own profile. You can post content on there. You can vote on the content we post on there.
Lady A's showing it now. Right there.
There's the website.
There you go.
Yeah, so what the whole concept is the idea behind the show is engagement from the viewers. So we wanted to build an experience that continued on with that. So when you go to the everydayjoeshow.com, what you do is you click the create button up there in the upper right hand corner, and you can log in through Facebook. So it's really easy. It'll automatically use your Facebook credentials, and then you can post memes, you can share videos, you can create hot or not list, you can create lists that other people can vote on and rank. So it's really interactive. And then we're going to be having sponsors of the show, like where Lady A has it right now. If you look to the right hand of the screen, you'll see both the Wandering Localista as well as GRS Designs.
Chris Farmer.
And so go to the everydayjoeshow.com, try to log in, share some content, let us know what's going on, and we're going to continue to reach out and share stuff through there to begin to gain some traction on that digital page there. And back to you, Travis.
So, Gregory, the links that you were posting earlier that I sadly had to delete, if you will go on to this website and post them, because they're for you, dude, that would be cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And it's easy. You just hit that, sign in with Facebook, and boom, you're done.
David Joseph said Robert has been underestimated his whole life. Everyone, quote, looks down on him.
Insert shot here.
Man, they're hard. Jesus.
Yeah, you should have seen me when I was a heel at TAPW.
Oh, really? I was asking, you were a heel?
I started as a heel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good
Me
man.
and Gregory, for a very brief time, were tag team partners.
Really?
Not like we were in the same stable.
Right. Wow.
Very brief time.
Never
I
did
heard some of the worst things come out of the youngest mouths, too. Like, it wouldn't be grown-ups saying horrible, degrading things to me. It would be children, like
wow.
half my age or younger, and I just would stop, and, you gotta maintain. And it's hard to maintain when
What's
a
up, Jay Norman?
12-year-old is calling you an MF and, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to, not just give it back to them.
I feel you, man. Every weekend I have my kids. I'm just like, here we go again.
Yeah, Bubba, you're a heel. You're a Tar Heel.
You are a Tar Heel.
Tim McFall.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Tim.
All right, so Robert, he does a little wrestling there, a little Tennessee All-Pro, or as Eli would say, Tennessee All-Pro Wrestling. Yeah. How long you been wrestling?
I started training around it was right after Halloween in 2014. Well, that was when I went to my first show. I actually just went and sat in the audience for 3 or 4 shows.
Yeah.
But the first show I saw, Gregory was actually in an angle with Anthony Wayne. I just thought that was funny because Anthony Wayne is even shorter than I am, and just in the ring with Gregory. And this was back. Gregory was mean, but he wasn't the Gregory that we know of today.
Right.
But it's still, and I saw Tim Jernigan
Tim the Monster.
powerbomb somebody for the first time. It was just great. And then one guy that runs a promotion now that I'm not going to mention his name and give him any glory, but he was wrestling with a couple of other friends of mine in the business.
Right.
And they all came out in Ultimate Warrior face paint and had that whole deal going. And I was just like, I have got
I think
to be
I've
a
seen
part
that
of this
picture of
show.
that.
I've got to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Where do you train? I mean,
You
that's
train
I've always
there.
wondered.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just train there with usually with the indie promotions. It's usually just with the promoter and wherever their show is set up. I've only been to a few different promotions. I've been with TAPW ever since. They let me get away with way more than any other indie promotion would let me get away with.
What do you mean get away with?
Well, there's codes and
Like
rules.
cussing at 12
and-
years old?
No, you're still not supposed to do that.
Oh, okay.
but,
You
I
can't
like how
cuss
he
it.
said not supposed to.
You can't cuss at the Victory Center.
Oh, that's right.
it's
Yeah.
by a church, yeah. Chuckle hit you with the beaten
chair.
stick.
That's right. The beaten stick.
The nun stick.
But no, it's
Is it much larger than a ruler?
it's been fun. I like you can't. I don't really know how to explain it without saying too much, but
Are you going to give away the secret that wrestling
yeah.
is?
Well, no.
Hey,
no,
whoa,
whoa! Don't say the
still
word.
real to me,
damn it.
It's not free.
From Garrett Smith. Yeah, because you saying wrestling was fake is what got me in the ring to begin with.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You were sitting right there. And Gregory said, "Who said wrestling's fake?" And I
Said
said,
the
"Bull." He
F
said, "Who wants to get in the ring
word.
with me?" And I said, "I do." And then, bam! Next thing I know, I'm
I
6-man
remember
tag team
that.
I
champion.
bet you one Gregory McDaniel chop that wrestling is not fake.
You don't want to do that.
Who wants
Yeah.
to bet one chop? What?
You get a chop.
I'm a grown man. Why would I let another grown man smack me across the chest?
I don't know why we let that happen.
I'm a grown man.
I've been thinking that myself. Why do we allow that to happen? Oh, because we're all insane.
Yeah.
I agree, Dave. Wrestling is real. People are fake. Yes, sir. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's a good question to ask yourself for the last 5 years. What the hell? Why am I doing this?
It just clicked.
Well, I always wondered.
Had to try
Hey,
it out.
Jennifer.
Had to try it out. I loved it when I was little. I stopped watching it for a while, mainly because WCW went out of business, and we were not allowed to watch WWF
Oh no.
in our house. My dad didn't like that smut, as he called it. Even though towards the end, WCW under Russo was pretty smutful.
Yeah, no doubt.
Pretty smutful. But when it went under, I tried to keep up with it for a little while, but then I just kind of focused more on music. And then the guy that I rap with, he was a big wrestling fan. So just slowly got into it, found out there was a promotion, and I was like, I wonder how easy it would be to get into. And it was actually Elliot Weathers, main event Elliot Weathers, who got me down there and introduced me to Rich, and then Kilauea started training me, and the rest is history.
Less being slapped by men in music.
Much less. I can safely say that at a music show, I have never been slapped
By a
by
man.
another man or woman.
Yet.
Yeah.
Corey says, "Hey, your cuz."
Oh yeah, a cool Corey.
Okay,
Not
let's say
like
it's not
Not
Corey
that
Prince.
not that lame Corey Prince
Hey,
that
I
stole my title.
yeah, he stole your title, but I mean, come on, man.
Well, that's your fault.
That's
That's
fine.
your problem.
Hey, I won it. That's what's up,
never
man.
heard it
How
called
long have you
problem.
had that nice trophy? 'Cause
Since November, baby.
I held my belt since September and then lost it to a cheater.
Oh well, I've had it since November. I still got
Hey,
it.
Nathan.
When do you defend this?
Yeah, how
when
often have
when
you
are you getting back?
How
in the
often
ring
have you
is what I'm-
defended that?
Every 30
'Cause
days, man. Just like it says in the rule books. Every 30 days.
Just like it says in the rule books.
That's right.
Just like
Math.
it says
Just
in the
yeah,
rule.
math, potato. So we were talking before we got on the wrestling subject. You started. I was going to ask you if you were heel or face. You were heel when you started.
Well, yeah. If you, as far as actually getting into the ring and starting work, I kind of went from security to being the ring announcer, and I would do commentary and announce the shows, and kind of like everybody liked me and stuff like that.
Right.
And then
They said, "Hey, I like you. Let's slap you across the chest."
not immediately that didn't happen, but eventually that did happen, and then it happened a lot and then it happened every week. And then one week it happened 14 times in one match in Winchester.
Where at in Winchester?
Some really scary Texas Chainsaw looking building. But it was
Oh, that's
TWA, I
That's-
believe, was the promotion.
That's Winchester.
It was
What's up, Ken
it was
Brown?
for Ron Davis. He was
Oh yeah,
good.
I love Ron.
He was a
Davis.
good guy, so I was like, of course, yes, I'll wrestle for you.
So how did they come to you and like, look, you've been doing a great job announcing, and we've decided we're going to let Kilauea sit on your face.
Not exactly.
Is that how it goes?
No, not quite. Sometimes it happens that way, but for me, it's just I was on my way there anyway. Eventually, so that not to the face sitting.
Oh, okay.
Not to the face sitting.
The Kilauea was going to sit on your face.
Even though
regardless.
it did happen,
You're not getting Rikishi'd
I
by Kilauea.
wasn't. That wasn't the plan going in. Like, I'm gonna start wrestling so some big guy can sit on my face. But no, I was gonna start wrestling eventually. They were just giving me different jobs, kind of work my way to that point. And they were like, "Yep, we're gonna put you in the ring. We're gonna kind of start you off." I was technically, I guess you could say, a manager, but that only lasted for like a week or two, and then I instantly got in the ring. And my shtick was people loved to see me get hurt. I was like Adam Sandler and Big Daddy,
Yeah.
and the whole crowd was that little kid watching me get hit by a car. It's like Tim Jernigan's gonna powerbomb you, but he's gonna give you like 3. And then you're going to be in a cast from, like, your ankles to your ears for the next month. I didn't
know why
actually wear
that
the
is?
cast, but he did give me 4 power bombs in the Saw ring, which is smaller and stiffer than the ring we use now. And that was just in one night. I had taken power bombs from him dozens of times.
Yeah.
And
He's a big dude too.
kicks
man.
to the face, and
Tim's
I'm all about selling it and making it look good, so I don't block my face and
Right.
try to. No, I take it all. Shut up.
What is this?
I could feel it. I could feel you were gonna say
You set it
something.
up right there. Yeah, you set it up. You were getting smacked
was-
hard in the saw ring and took it in the face.
Sounds good. That's good, Robert. Good time.
When you say it like that,
So when you get started, I mean, is that kind of the deal? Is they'll tell you, look, we're going to start you off as, down here, like it says security, and then you're kind of, do you know
There-
that
there-
you're
there
kind
is
of the
a-
low man on the totem
there's a
pole? You have to-
hierarchy.
you
If
have
you're
to
good,
earn-
if you're good, you'll earn your way to a match quicker. Sometimes I've seen people that talk a big game, but you can tell 5 seconds after meeting them that they're not going to be able to back up anything that they've told you. So they'll kind of throw them in the ring early, just so we can all watch them burn.
Oh, timeout. David Joseph said, Robert Z. Real is, as an influential musician, this is your chance to defend the Saint Anger album publicly.
Are we gonna do that
We
again?
did that
We
before the
did.
show started.
We
I'm with
actually
you on
were.
that. I'll dive right in there with you, brother.
We'll get to that. I'll promise you,
Oh yeah.
because we got some metalheads on the show here tonight. That's why I brought Bradley, and he's a music guy. You're a music guy. He's a plethora of knowledge of music. It's ridiculous.
Outside of Lulu, I'll defend any Metallica,
Yeah, that wasn't them though.
and I'll defend their choice to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of the album.
Right? Yeah, no, not a bit. So how many? When did you win your first championship there at TAP?
Well, I won the tag titles. I technically Dominion held the titles, but they actually won them, and I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And then we did the
Well-
first show at the Victory Center.
Hey, Corey.
And we defended them against Uptown Funk, which is Shannon Hayes and Chris Carlton, and they got the belts from us. That was then, but I believe I won my first tag title with Kilauea.
Sean Reagan.
Might have been. No, first tag championships was with Cal Redmond.
Cal Redmond. Hey, Becca Cable. Sean Reagan.
Hey, Becca.
Singles title, I won the Heritage Championship. Now it was actually the Hardcore title for just
Oh,
a little
okay.
while.
Thank you.
And I actually held that 3 different times. But of course, we had the one match where it was a scramble, so I technically won the belt once or twice in that match,
Okay.
and then got it again
Right.
later. But it was probably about 2 years ago when I won my first singles championship, and then I was honestly even I was impressed with how long I was the Heritage Champion. I had people messing with me, calling me a mini Brock Lesnar. Like, you may have held the title forever, but you only defend it like 3 or 4 times in 6 months.
You're an attraction.
It's like,
right?
well, can't
Kinda
just
like-
can't just give it away every week.
Kind of like the
Shut
guy that
up.
owns the 6
Look, man, you're setting yourself up for it. You know,
Yeah,
I don't have to do it. I just have to hover a little. That's all. I just have to hover.
You create the atmosphere.
Well, I mean, there's nobody
Your hovering
challenges
is
for the
loud.
6-man title. Well,
Yeah.
who's going to beat me, Corey, and Gregory? That's what
Big
I'm
Heavy could by himself.
Run, big from Big Heavy. Big son of a bitch.
See, I wasn't able to run from him when I had to face him.
God, that dude is huge, man. Was
Yeah,
he
he's-
6'6", probably?
He's
6'5"?
He's big and he's heavy. he's, and they have thrown me all around that ring. It was like,
Funny thing, I put on the Joe Show Facebook page of the day, what was your first car? And so everybody's commenting, and Big Heavy commented a 93 like Ford Tempo. How in the hell did he get in a Ford Tempo? Dude, I'm 5'9", 230 pounds, and I can barely get in a Ford Tempo. This guy's 6'6", 400 pounds. How's he get? He ain't getting no Ford Tempo. There's no way.
How much of a say do they let you have in your character? Like when you're
Oh, as
first when
far
you're
as-
starting, like how
as
you
far as
wanna
my, well, I don't know. It really depends person to person because I've seen people not really have a whole lot of leeway with it. But it's another reason why I like TAP and Rich so much is because they've given me way more chances than a lot of indie promoters would give somebody as green as me, and they've been treating me that way since the beginning. Like I've went in there, I've done what they told me to, and then they've slowly just trusted me more, and I've done my best not to let them down.
Right, did a good job, man. You got as far as the face, man. They love you in there. I didn't like when you cut your hair.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that.
Yeah, I was.
But I
It's weird.
didn't like having people stepping on it. It wasn't even
Oh,
the
yeah.
pulling that was bad. It was especially when Gregory would do it. I'd be laying on the mat and he'd come over and go to pick me up and stomp on my hair and then pull me up. That whole See, I didn't feel him that time.
I'm surprised. Shit, I didn't
You just kept on setting it up and setting it up. So you're on the mat and Gregory's on top of you, and he's pulling your hair
with his foot. Actually, we got to make it even more interesting.
I've never seen that
foot.
category on X Hamster.
That's what I'm about to say. How much did you say they were paying now? 30 grand?
Yes, 38 grand. If you see me on there, mind your business. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm moving on. We're all close, but we ain't that close.
So you had your Heritage Champ from September until a couple weeks ago. Was that right?
It was just last week.
Last week. Hey, Dula. Well, sorry. Are you the longest reigning Heritage Champ or?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty close.
I know they had the Heritage title another time when I first started. They had it. I don't know how long they had it there, but 6 months is a long time. 6 months is a long time for a heel to hold on to a title, much less a face
Right.
in an indie promotion.
Yeah.
So it's because a lot of times it's not necessary, but I did it, and it was a fun ride.
You did, yeah, because I didn't go last weekend, and I didn't know you'd lost. Corey beat you.
It was a great match right up until the last 3 seconds.
They usually are, aren't they?
Yeah.
That last 3 seconds, awesome. That one time I got to pin somebody, that was great. But I miscounted. If you ever noticed, go back and watch the video. I did the cool thing and put my back on Little Mexican when I pinned him. So I did that, and then so when the goat hit, lay down and hit the 1, 2, 3. When he hit the mat, I thought he hit 1, so I counted 1, and he ain't counted 1 yet. And then when I counted 2, he had counted 1, and then when I counted 3, he counted 2, and then I counted. I said, "What the hell, man? I thought you done hit that." But luckily, I don't think anybody really knows it except for me because I was like,
It confuses me a lot of times because especially if the ref is standing and he's not ready for a pin to happen, the sound of him dropping and hitting the mat almost sounds like he counted.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, yeah. Oh no, it's not over yet. Okay. Whoops, don't move.
So that's why everybody jumps up and goes, 3. That was 3. That's why everybody does that.
It's real, man. People get confused.
I do every
It
time.
should have been a 3.
It-
Ref needs to count faster.
That's right. Come on, goat. He was watching the other day. He needs to be watching tonight.
it really does surprise me that you guys get lost from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Actually,
A
it
lot
doesn't
of
surprise me
a
at all.
lot of head injuries,
Yeah.
skull, head injuries, injuries to the skull, to the cranium. Just clarifying
Thank you for
for the viewers. The viewers.
Yeah, the viewers. And bull.
Hey, why did my stuff stop? Oh, there it goes. What the hell? All right, we're good. Everybody good out there?
Great.
Can you read?
No.
Can you read out there? Ah, Jeff Morris. What's up, buddy?
So Jeff Morris. So yeah, I was telling you earlier when I got to do my little spot there, it was different being in the back as versus to being to watching, and a whole different world back there, and everybody was very. I don't know. Hey,
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
what are you laughing at?
So anyway,
Hey, Grady.
you'd been in the back, and then it was good to be watching for a while.
Yeah, sometimes you like being in the back to being in the front.
Go from being in the back to watching. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I know you know. You've been to play. I've seen. I know.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Well, yes, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was chuckling.
And Bull says, "Play ball."
Play ball.
Yeah. What's up, Gar? But yeah, it was a totally different world. Everybody was very welcoming because I was nervous because that's not my world. I'm a fan, and I was like, man, are they gonna think I'm some jerk off who just walked back here and thinks he can come in here and do what we do? And of course, it was limited to what I could do because I'm not trained I did train and I do have a license according to Daddy Mac. That's what he said.
Yeah, it was the Daddy Maggie's law.
That's right. So, but it was cool, man. Everybody treated me with a lot of respect and, very nice to me. Gave me some pointers and, very encouraging before I went out there, which I was kind of shocked, like I said, because I thought it would be like, man, what are you doing back here? You'd be out there sitting on the front row, not back here with us. But everybody was really cool, very cool. And so I appreciate that. And
Now, when you prepared for that, how again? I'm always interested in the behind the scenes stuff. So, did you guys walk through that? Did they kind of say we're going to show you a few moves?
Yeah.
And that way, this is what you're limited to, or did y'all did you rehearse anything? Or
yeah,
anything?
I threw some clotheslines on Mr. Jimmy and Little Mexico or Hasai Mexico, whatever this little punk ass is calling himself now. I'm just kidding. I like Mexico. But he's like, no, throw it, man. He's like, you're not gonna hurt me. I'm like, because I kept feeling. I was like, I didn't want to mess up and hurt him on accident. Not saying I would hurt him because I'm so much bigger than him, just on accident. And I kind of did because I threw a clothesline and brought my fist around and pow, hit him right in the jaw. He was like, I'm good. That's a tough little son of a bitch, man. Little Mexico, I don't think you can hurt the guy.
And at the end of the match, like I seriously was. I mean, like it really. I could tell that I was sucked in because I thought I was like, okay, is something really wrong with him? Because like he got really pulverized during that 3-man tag team.
He was.
Yeah, I mean,
he was feeling very uncomfortable when I went backstage.
So I mean, like
he was hurting pretty good.
Because I was like, man, I go, there's that acting, but they kept running up and back, and I think that there was just enough concern in the other people around that it made it sucked me in. It really did.
That's the suspension of disbelief, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, because I'm about to say I knew that it was the F word.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Fantastic.
Yes, man. It really is. But yeah, we went to the ring and laid it out. What you're gonna do, and Kilauea showed me some stuff, and Jimmy did, and even Cal. He was just in there. Him and I think he was working LBK that night, and they were kind of left foot back, right foot back, and always go to the left and tell me this other stuff. And I'm like, what are you talking? What? I had no clue because this wasn't my world. That's the first time I ever stepped into a wrestling ring. I've never been inside of one, and it was very. What's up, Sean Trail?
How long did it take for the wood to go down before you?
I still got one. That was November. Yeah. With the broken damn foot. A broken freaking foot.
mm-hmm.
But no, it was cool, man. It was. But yeah, I got to throw the elbow off the ropes and clotheslines, body slams.
Which rope was that?
It was the middle rope, Robert. What's up, Ryan Fartis?
Make sure we all remember.
Piss off, Robert.
oh, we remember. I mean, there was a text message, that solidifies.
When you started climbing up, Zachary was like, "Daddy's going on. He's going off the top rope." And when you got to a certain point, you turn and he goes, "Why isn't he going all the way up?"
Look at him, son. He's short and squatting a whole lot of body. You can't go much higher.
If he gets to the top rope, Andrea's going to have a heart attack.
But, well, that's the thing about Little Mexico. I mean, like, he is just like, I mean, he's like a tightrope walker. I mean, he'll get up on the ring and then walk to the middle and jump. Like, it was, he was very athletic.
Yeah, that dude, he's tough as nails. Holy shit, man. I mean, because when I was throwing the elbows, he's like off the rope. He's like, man, he said, lay it in. And I'm like, dude, I don't want. And again, I not that I was going to hurt him, but on accident, I was like, I don't want to hurt you. You know, let me do something wrong. He's like, not gonna hurt me. You're
Hey,
fine.
Amber.
And so that was. It was cool, man. He was very, very helpful for sure. And like I said, Cal was, and LBK and everybody in the ring were, you know, give me pointers here, this and that and the other, and it was a good experience, man. I loved it. So,
What's up, Brian Farless?
so you got some pretty big shows coming up with TAP.
Yes.
Yeah. April 6th, Central View Elementary, 14484 Old Kentucky Road, Walling, Tennessee. Apparently, it's a TV tape. It's free.
Absolutely free.
Absolutely free. Walling is about 15, 20 minutes from Victory Center.
Yeah.
Roundabout?
It's pretty close to. It's a little bit closer to me than the Victory Center is.
Is that where you live?
It's outside of Woodbury.
Woodbury. That's where I was born, son.
Ah,
That's right. Well, the library now, that's where I was born. It was a hospital. Well, now it's a library or a veterinarian's office or something.
Huh.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Jimmy Newton? So that is free. Apparently, with TV taping, apparently we may be there.
There's a completely a hospital and a library are two completely different things.
They are.
But it used to be a hospital.
Yeah,
the
it used to-
library
Now
used to
it's-
be a hospital.
Yeah.
Now it's a library.
So what? In Woodbury, they had the library / hospital?
No, they had a hospital. They built a new, bigger, better hospital. They took the old hospital and remodeled it and turned it into a library.
Okay, all right. Well, it is Woodbury, so I just had to double check.
Bust out your crayons.
I tell you, had to. Well, I just learned like at the church, they had the library in the front of the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
And it's still a little library.
Well, Steve rebuilt it because it was the library whenever he was young here,
It is still a library.
and he put it there.
A library.
It is a library.
Library. Yes.
Library, yeah. That's what
And
it
by
is.
the way, I work in Woodbury now, and so don't go knocking Woodbury.
No.
Excellent people up there.
Oh no.
Excellent people.
Like here's what's so crazy. You know, like so for years, you know, Woodbury's had the art show. You know, downtown.
Oh, yeah.
You know, had the art show downtown, and then two of Ellen's vendors, because you know, once again, that's sort of what Ellen is doing. You know, it's of course, you know, it's been on the cusp, you know, of quote unquote trendy and
Yeah.
a lot of other stuff, but in rural areas, it's a lot less of the norm. So two of Ellen's favorite vendors were from Woodbury, and both of them were funded by the local agricultural department there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so in Woodbury, the agricultural department and the city actually built a commercial kitchen that was open to anybody. So if
Wow.
you wanted to start canning your own goods, you can come in, and it was done by John and which is the Ferments, which is Short Mountain Cultures.
Yeah, I know.
John,
Yes.
okay, so Short Mountain Cultures. John and begins with an S. But anyway, John, and then the other is Half Hill Farms.
Okay.
So so I mean, it was really cool because when Ellen was looking for models, you know, or she was looking for vendors of people who were actually doing it right, as well as she wanted to start a community commercial kitchen here, and she was like, man, there's one right there in Woodbury, and if the people can come together in Woodbury and make it happen, and we can't do it in Manchester, then Woodbury is already a step ahead to a degree, you know, of that forward thinking. So yeah, so you know, all jokes, you know, like it is,
I know.
it is Woodbury.
I'm
and-
giving you a hard time.
Oh gosh, no. It was all fun. Like I said, but I did want to highlight that both Half Hill and Short Mountain Cultures, what they did out of Woodbury was really, really cool, and what Woodbury got behind them and did was really, really cool. So that being said, hospital, library, same building. I still believe it.
That's what's wrong with me. See me?
Still believe it.
Also, before I guess I should have said this before we got to the April 6th show. So you get a title match Saturday night, right? Against Corey?
I'm wrestling them. I'm not sure if they're gonna actually give me a shot right away.
Right.
I mean, it's in the contract, but,
Should be, yeah, there should be a rematch clause there, right?
but we'll see what happens Saturday, I guess.
See, I gotta be I'm on the fence here. I gotta.
Just beat him and take it.
Yeah.
He's sneaky, especially when he's got Hobbs out there.
Don't underestimate his sneakiness.
Very sneaky, sir.
I think we need to find some really strong handcuffs and get Hobbs like handcuffed to the guardrail or something to keep him from interfering with the match.
You're lucky Bull was texting that he was in there.
Is that this Saturday?
Yes, sir.
And is
Well-
that at the Victory?
The Victory Center.
The Victory Center.
Okay, cool. I've got my kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw
Hey,
that
Big Al.
comment from Amber Mason. She said, "I thought Woodbury
Yeah.
was just a TV, was in a TV show until I moved to Winchester."
Yeah. Yep, Amber, it's real.
That is very funny.
Oh, it's damn real. So Saturday night, you and Corey Prince
At the
didn't-
Victory Center.
Again.
again.
We always have good matches.
Yeah, dude, Corey's a good worker.
Oh yeah, we never had bad matches. We had a match a couple weeks ago where the fans weren't even really into the whole show, and it was a free show. It was when the storms were happening really bad though, so I
Oh.
can't really put it. But
A damper.
Yeah,
we got a little irritated.
yeah, I'd say so. That'd be-
Is Corey
Thanks
Prince-
for sharing,
is
Big
that
Al.
the one that wears the crown?
No, that's Mr. Jimmy.
Oh, okay, Mr. Okay,
And
all
I stole his crown and
You
wore it around.
did.
right. You did.
And
That was
robe.
epic.
Yeah, I just have to chime in. Like his spiel, his character, he does a really, really great job at it.
Well,
I really enjoy.
I tell you what happened. Hey, Uncle Bobby, Gina Hart, how are you?
Bobby Moore.
We were. I was supposed to lock up with Killaway. They ended up. They changed it on the way to the ring. Hey, you're locking up with Jimmy first. I'm like, oh yeah, let's give the rookie something. Let's give him some hard shit to do. So I lock up with Jimmy. I go to push. We lock up. Collar elbow. He said, "Hey, some dude out there told me to call you Puss Bear." My buddy Johnny, he called me Puss Bear one time. Me and him was got in a fight. Me and Johnny were best friends when we were 4 years old. We're in his van, and he said it, and I pushed his head all the way up against Bull's window, and I was fixing to just beat the shit out of him. So don't call me Puss Bear. It gets on me. And then, of course, Johnny tells him, "Hey, man, if you lock up with Travis, call him Puss Bear. It'll really set him off." And I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch." I didn't hurt Jimmy. I didn't hurt him. I did steal his crown, his little cape, his little nightgown. I did steal that. His shawl.
Alrighty.
And also, Super Showdown Mayhem and TAP are coming together April 13th.
Show merger.
Man, because they're doing one Friday night in Columbia. And then Saturday, April 13th, Badass Billy Gunn is going to be there. He is going to the WWE Hall of Fame like the week prior.
Yep.
And then the next weekend, he's going to be in Morrison.
Little old Morrison.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean.
Got a Hall of Famer.
Jerry Harner, man, I see you watching. How you doing? I hope you're feeling good, babe. So, sorry, guys.
So, Badass Billy Gunn. Y'all remember him from New Age Outlaws DX.
Who's he fighting? Who's he wrestling?
I'm not sure the card.
I'm not sure who he'll actually be working. He may work James Storm. I don't know. But James Storm is also supposed to be there. The cowboy.
That's my boy. Me and him we're
I
buddies.
can't wait to meet him.
Don't go drinking with that dude.
No.
You will lose.
I want to go
Imagine
drinking
so.
with him, though. I
You
feel
will-
like
you
that's
will
a
lose.
challenge I need to accept.
When he was with when he was with TNA,
I'll eat.
there's with the McMillan Civic Center, and so I worked at the O'Reilly's in Franklin, and he lived in Thompson Station. He come in the store, and I got some parts, and whatever. We started, become friends or whatever. And what's up, Stephen Shipley, Terry Sane, and he got me some second row tickets. Of course, it's in McMinnville, but it was still second row. Bubba Ray was there, Bobby Roode was there, Sting was there. So it was a good deal, good time. And I was like, "Hey, man, you want to go grab some food after the show?" And I'm like, of course, I'm marking out. I'm like, "Yeah. Yeah,
Of course I do.
We'll grab some food at Applebee's." That's a good idea. So I'm like, yes. Look at that, James Storm. Oh, mercy. So we get to Applebee's, and he had to take some meet and greet.
Did you sit on the
pics.
same side of the table with him?
Hell no, I was just across the table. It's like
He wanted to.
Like a gaze me. Look at these long locks.
Watch him pound them beers.
Yeah. So we get the table, and he had to do a meet and greet afterwards. And we're sitting there at Applebee's, and this girl comes up, and she's got a flip phone, and she's looking at it, looking at James, looking at it, looking at James. And he's like, you can come here. It's fine. You can come talk to me.
And James tell you to leave. He's like, "Hey, Travis, can you go sit over there for?"
No. And he's like, she come over and she's like, hey, yeah. And he's like, how you doing? She's like, well, I'm supposed to meet a guy here. And he's like, you are? And she's like, yeah. His name's James Storm. You ever heard of him? I don't know who that is. So she's like, I got a picture. I got my picture taken with him a few minutes ago, and I can't find. Where's he at? I can't find him. He's like, let me see the picture. So she turns the phone around. He's wearing the same shit that James has on. James is like,
To literally him.
James is like, nah, I ain't never seen that dude in my life. And I was like, no. I said, honey, I said, we were at I said, this is my cousin. We were at a family function. I said, we come here to get away from all the craziness, have a few beers, a couple appetizers. We're going to drink a few beers and go to the house. And are you sure? And James like, honey, I promise you, it's not me. So she sit like 2 booths away. We were in the bar, and she's the whole time staring at her phone, staring at him, staring at the phone. And he goes, look, dude. He said, I'm gonna go pee. If I'm not back in like 3 or 4 minutes, I'm dead. Call the cops. Come get me. Because he was scared, and he called his wife. He goes, hey, I got a level 3 stalker on my hands here. Like, oh my god. But we drank and drank and drank. And when I met him, I said, man, you drink much beer on TV as you do, or in real life as you do on TV? He's like, well, yeah. Well, I mean, sorry, I guess that's a dumb question, but so we get drinking, and I get off the stool there at Applebee's. Shut up. And I'm like, whoo, dang, I had a few. And he gets up, all right, where are we going next? Home? I'm going to bed. And he's like, nope, we're not going home yet. I'm like, motherfucker, are you kidding me right now? So he gets on his phone. He's like, let's go to Last Chance Saloon. Seriously? Yep, we're going there. I'm like, you're going in first. Why? I'm not getting cut. You're bigger than I am. I'm fleshy. I stab easy. A knife will go through me really quick. A lot quicker than will him. But there was like 7 people there, so it didn't really matter.
Oh, Last Chance isn't that bad.
Well, 5 of the people worked there.
Well, now it's First Chance Church or something.
Gas station.
Gas
Grocery.
station.
It's no
Something.
Yeah.
Well-
it's the First Chance grocery, I believe.
So
I hate
that's
to be an unprofessional guest, but I have to use your.
Oh, I've done went
The
twice.
facilities.
You're the host. You can get away with that.
No, you can do whatever you want.
You gotta make the dirty jokes for me while I'm gone.
Well, you're not here.
Well, Bull's on it. Don't worry.
The setup has left the building.
So yeah, I'm excited about that April 13th, man. That's gonna be badass Billy Gunn and Storm.
You need to remind me of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking because I've got my kids.
You don't, because I got mine.
You got still remind me of that.
Well, and you were talking, what year was that where Sting and those guys were in McMinnville?
That was probably 2011, 2012.
And what circuit was that?
They were some TNA.
Okay, that's the one Josh Moore always used to go to, wasn't it?
Yeah, they used to have it at the fairgrounds back when it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gosh, I can remember going to the Civic Center in McMinnville and seeing, was it CWA? Mm-hmm. Gosh, that's back.
Lawler and Jarrett and all
Jeff
them.
Jarrett,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tojo Yamamoto.
Tojo.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my mom's
They had the
grandma's
diaper
favorite.
match, and whoever
Yeah.
lost got to powder and diaper the manager. And
Yeah.
Tojo's, I forget who was Tojo's behind him. His guy lost, and old Lawler, he got him
Probably Jimmy Hart.
put a diaper on him, and then whipped him with the kendo stick.
Now, what happened? Whatever happened? So it's like, Rook was telling me, Kevin, one of the guys that works for him, like that's what Kevin did years ago. Was at all of the, I don't want to say VFW buildings, but it might have been at the VFW, but all the armory, at all the armories.
The National Guard Armory.
Yeah,
This
that's right.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. Kevin was
Yep.
he was actually a referee that would go around to the different armories.
Oh, cool.
And he would wrestle. So it's like, when did that stop? Because that seems like a good use of doing it. Because I don't know about a lot that happens at like the Tullahoma Armory and all that. And the reason I say that is because like the Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. Like whenever I went, especially for that 6-man tag team, like the place was full and it was a good time. There was good energy.
There's still
And I
that
mean,
still goes on. I mean, there's still
Yeah.
a lot of local wrestlers
Camille?
on TV.
Andrea, Blair Jolly.
Um,
Yeah, it's good. That's why I like going out there because it's kid friendly. It's
Yeah.
inside church.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of cussing.
It's not too rough.
Yeah, it's not too rough. You can have a good time with your kids and You know, it's just
It's affordable.
it is
told-
very affordable. That's what's so crazy about it.
The first time I took, it was me and Travis, and we took Zachary. Where'd we go when we saw?
Columbia.
We went to Columbia. That's the first time Zachary had ever been to anything like that.
Right.
And so the crowd, I mean, as soon as it got going, everybody's standing up and they're cheering, "You suck!" and all this stuff. My son, God bless him, he just kind of looked around and he looked at me, and I was like, "All right,
What
here's
are
the
you
rules, Zachary."
doing?
So whatever
That's
you
my trophy,
can't
man.
do at church,
What's up, Paul Thornton?
you can do here. So just
Let it
have
go.
at it. Have at it.
Hey, man.
And he did.
Dude, he took his son to what Mayhem is now in Columbia. Well, Storm was there a few years back, and his son really shy and reserved. He said, "Son, what
Oh,
you can
Andrea
do here,
Farless,
what you
how are
can't
you?"
do in church."
Because when,
Son, he went off. Man.
because when the crowd started, especially when they started chanting "You suck," because my little boy, he's just the sweetest, innocent.
Yeah.
And he just looked around and he looked at me and I was like, "Have at it. Just whatever you can't do at church, you can do.
What's up, Beaker?
Go."
30 people yelling, "You suck." You just get taken over by the spirit.
No, we did have a talk afterwards. I was like, that's only at wrestling.
The thing you said about the goat and not being a wise man, you can't say that anywhere
great
else.
name.
Not even, you can't even say that at home.
Hey, Chris.
But you were talking about about the wrestling being a good family deal. I mean, God, it's just a great deal. My kids, they would rather go to Morrison and watch you guys wrestle. And for me, on my wallet, I would rather take them to Morrison and watch you guys wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Or
can,
it is definitely a better. It's cheaper than the movies now.
Oh, God.
Absolutely,
yes.
100%.
Even
my
if you
God.
go during the matinee when it's discounted, it's still cheaper
$50
than going to the movies.
Yeah.
$50 easy taking your kids to the
Like,
matinee.
oh yeah, our tickets are cheap, but a small popcorn is still $15.
Yeah, damn ridiculous. But yeah, man, I'm pumped to get to see. I've seen Billy Gunn wrestle. I never got to see him up close. So I put in for some seats. So Champ, you better not forget me. He said he didn't forget me yesterday. So hopefully I got some seats. If not, I'll just tell James on you.
You got to do a top rope elbow if you want the
I will do it.
tickets.
Shit, I'll do a top rope elbow.
I won't do it.
See, you say that, but then you get up there and you realize, oh, this is pretty high.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I won't.
F it,
I
I'll
won't
go.
do a top rope elbow. I'll pay for my ticket and stand in the back.
Watch some other crazy bastard do an elbow off the top.
Yeah, we'll let old Barry Grooms do the big leg drop from the top rope. Crazy son of a bitch. God, that dude's retarded. That guy's crazy.
That's a hip replacement.
Oh, no doubt. Especially me. I'm 40. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'll get hurt.
I'm young and I don't want to do that stuff. I'm gonna feel it later.
Oh yeah.
As much as I loved Chris Benoit, he had the worst finishing move ever.
The
Flying headbutt.
Sure.
I was just like, dude, that hurts everyone.
No.
That is awful.
It's not no wonder he had CTE. You know?
Yeah, I mean, my God.
Yeah, he lost a bet 10 years prior, and he just couldn't get out
I'll
of it.
bet that your finishing move won't be the flying headbutt. Watch this.
So, Robert, your favorite wrestler of all time, from beginning to now, when you started watching, who's your favorite of all time to watch?
The Stinger.
Stinger. I never got to watch him with the blonde hair. I've only got to see Crow Sting.
I was about to say,
To now.
is this pre or post Crow makeup?
It was definitely the Crow makeup that kind of caught my eye.
It was.
That's about your age wheelhouse there, being a younger kid too.
Oh, wait, I have to chime in. Tennessee All Pro Wrestling just said, hashtag we want Travis.
To
right.
finally defend the 6-man tag.
That's right. What's up, Doodle?
Brandy O'Kelly Bagley, we hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, 100%. Hope you are.
Did you say you never saw Sting with the blonde hair? Mm-mm. Man, I remember that.
No, I mean on TV.
God,
Okay, I was
Yeah,
about to say,
not
man,
in
you're
person.
not that much younger
No,
than
dude,
me.
I got Capital Combat 90 when he was with RoboCop
Oh,
on
okay,
VHS
all right.
in the house.
Yeah, I was
I
thrown off
was
just
like,
a
man,
little
we're
bit.
just a
but-
couple of years
I
apart.
got Clash of Champions 89 up in there too on VHS. No, I got that.
All right.
Yeah, no, just not in person. I never did.
Yeah, because I'm going to be honest with you. It's like whenever that whole WCW and the NWO and Sting come in out of the rafters with a baseball bat in Kiss makeup, I was just sitting there watching and I was like, "You've
What's up,
taken
Shawn
it too
McGinnis?
far."
I don't know, man. That's what got me back into
No,
it.
see, like, no, my thing was like, Hacksaw Jim Duggan
Hey,
coming
Shawn.
out there with the with the genetically modified jaw, you know, and the Steiner brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's making shit up as he goes.
Kinda.
whatever. That's a real thing. I saw Jim Duggan was a real person,
Oh, he was a real person. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
he
see,
was.
I liked it.
a real fake person.
I got back into wrestling
Hey,
much like
Patrick.
with music. When I was younger, I liked the hair bands with all the makeup and the glitter, just like the wrestlers. But as I got older, I was like, man, I want to kind of see regular
Kane.
dude. When they took away, I mean, of course, Sting still painted his face, but the like the Stone Cold Steve Austin era when they were just in jeans and t-shirts and they were just regular guys.
NWO,
That's-
black and
yeah,
white.
the NWO. I liked that stuff. That got me back in.
Yeah.
It's like kind of took out some of the. Oh, I don't know the.
The hokiness.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was to see
What? The
Less like a
NWO
comic.
took out the hokiness. A bunch of grown men all in. What? That took out the hokiness?
Yeah,
That-
when you
that
flipped it
was
over-
hokey.
I'm not going to argue with you about the realism of wrestling. We all knew, but there weren't guys
up,
with a
Blake?
bunch of feather boas and yellow tie. It was more.
Hey, easy on Flair and Hogan.
Again, I loved all that. I
Hogan
loved all
did
that.
have the feather boa in the NWO, but it wasn't.
was black.
It wasn't the red and yellow.
No, but what Bradley's saying is you turn over to WCW and you got this stuff. You got Kevin Nash and you got Diesel and Razor Ramon going by the real name. You flip over to WWF, you got Duke the Dumpster Drosy. You got the Repo Man.
Yeah,
You
there
got
was this character. I don't
the Goon, who was a hockey player. You got
IRS.
IRS.
Erwin R. Shyster.
You got the and those characters worked in the 80s. That was perfect for then. But when you got the mid 90s, it was different. We were seeing the real Kevin Nash, the real Scott Hall, the real Kurt Hennig, the real Hulk Hogan, you know, Terry Bollea. That's what he's saying is you got more of a real life. And that's when the Attitude Era came in. We had Stone Cold Steve Austin being Stone Cold Steve Austin. He wasn't being the ringmaster. He was being himself. That's when it got more real.
You
real
felt like
people.
you felt like the guy that you were seeing in the ring was an exaggerated version of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you met him at the bar later, you were still pretty much talking to the guy that you saw in the
Yeah.
ring.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I knew
okay.
if I'd ever been out and Coco Beware come down the show, he was gonna have a bird on his shoulder.
Let me tell you, hey, I will tell you one damn thing. If I go to a bar and Coco Beware is there, and Frankie isn't the bird, I'm gonna be pissed.
You see what I'm
He's going back to
Yeah.
that room and getting Frankie and bringing him down so I can pet him.
This is my whole thing. I can already imagine just like stopping by his house, you know what I'm saying, to like borrow some sugar or something. And then he's just sitting there and the bird is right beside him on a lampshade.
And then Bull get home
watching
and-
Miami Vice.
Bull gets home. This isn't sugar. This is cocaine.
It is cocaine.
The hell?
It's
But yeah,
expensive sugar.
But I mean, I
Booger
just,
sugar.
Booger sugar, yeah.
yeah.
I
up, man, Asher?
understand. I understand what you're saying.
So when the junkyard dog went to check his mail, he had his bathrobe and the chains wrapped around his neck to go out to the mailbox every day. That's how you pick.
Without a doubt, maybe not such a big chain, but a smaller one. I say he wore that lock to.
So Lee
Hey,
Cox.
I bet he wore that chain and lock to the interview, and they were like, "You're going to wear that for the rest of the time, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I never take this shit off." You know? Like that's literally what I felt.
What's up, Matt?
I did.
Who are you talking about? Oh, Kevin Martin.
Coco Beware.
Yeah,
No, you brought up
which-
Junkyard Dog, and I
Oh.
just said,
Oh, yeah,
I
the
thought,
Junkyard Dog and
because
his
you got to
chain.
remember, right? Like during that time period, and I mean, you probably remember, but I mean, like, think about going to rock shows. Do you not remember people wearing chains and locks?
Yeah, I was with
instead of
Metallica last month. They
necklaces?
were there. I saw it.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
They still
mean?
do.
So it was like, I mean, so that right there to me.
I'm talking about, but I was talking about the big, huge chains that the junkyard dog always carried out to the ring. That I mean, yeah, everybody has a chain.
Okay, all right. Well,
That
I
you tie
didn't
your
know, like,
Rottweiler up with.
We're getting
Oh.
off topic.
Look,
here.
Kevin-
I was
No,
trying
but
to be
see-
a smart ass.
No.
So you're taking it so.
Kevin
No,
Martin.
no, that's the exact point. I'm sorry, Travis. Go ahead.
Kevin Martin says he hates to be the bearer of bad news, but Frankie does not travel with Coco Beware anymore.
Aww. Sad face.
Well, I'm done. Show over.
Let's talk about football then.
Yeah. you like football?
I like real football.
Which
Oh,
one is
soccer?
that?
Jouer le foot.
Ah.
Le foot.
I like rugby. I like
Yeah,
I like the New Zealand All Blacks. Had my Haka shirt on earlier. Did the Haka before you got here.
It was hot.
It was.
See you do
I love the Haka.
Hawk.
Yes,
put
you're
that
right.
We
Yeah.
were FaceTime.
Oh.
Apparently, breaking news here: New Japan All Pro Wrestling star and former Ring of Honor World Champion Michael Elgin comes to Tennessee All Pro Saturday, May 11th.
Unbreakable Michael Elgin.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Did you know that?
No, actually, I did not know
Well,
that.
You're right now, you
Heard it
know.
here first.
I did.
Dude, that's
weird.
big time right
Man,
there.
are you reading that comments? The Birdman was the birdless man. That's so.
I didn't write
so
that.
terrible.
Oh, God. Jeez, Kevin, that's terrible. What's up, Rusty Tinsfield, Jason King? That does suck, Kevin. Damn, dude.
Kevin's got to come in with the
And Kevin would know. Kevin's in the know. He knows
sad
this shit.
news.
That's what I was sitting there.
I'm trying to like your comment, Kevin, but I can't.
So it's obvious the bird died. So once again,
Well, he was 106.
Daddy Mac is
in
watching.
dog years.
Daddy Mac. Why can't? Oh, here we go. So Stinger was your favorite.
Yes.
Is it because you said because of the Crow? You know whose idea that was to do the Crow? Scott Hall. Scott Hall came up with the entire Razor Ramon for you. He came up with the entire Crow. He's like, hey yo, what you need to do? Have Sting come down, like Crow face paint, be killer. Bischoff's like, all right, you're drunk as shit, but that's a great idea.
I was like, how high are you right?
Yeah, it was.
I wonder how many times though, like that's how he got some of his best ideas. Like Nash and Hall just, you know what, Bischoff, you know what would be freaking great.
Hey yo,
Hey,
suck another one up for the bad guys. Yeah, it was. Apparently that dude Scott Hall had like a great mind for the business with ideas. Almost kind of like a younger Dusty Rhodes, because Dusty come up with most of the good ideas that ever came out of the 80s and 90s was Dusty. And apparently Scott Hall was right up there with him. I heard it on Jericho's podcast. By the way.
Speaking of, you bring up Dusty Rhodes, like I got lost in this Facebook rabbit hole. I'm sorry, a YouTube rabbit hole, and it was all these things about like Dusty Rhodes, like always having these great ideas and doing these things, and then just getting like shit on and pushed to the side. Like, was that dramatization or?
Yeah, probably. Maybe like when he was in WWE or F at the time. But I know like War Games was his idea, Clash of Champions was his idea, Starrcade was his idea.
NWA is where he was
The man.
respected. He went to WWF and they put him in like polka dots and.
But he wore the shit out of him.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and
he didn't turn away from it.
he sold the shit out of that character. That's for damn sure. I give him that.
He did it. He did it more justice than probably anybody else could have.
No doubt, 100%.
Well, listening to Jericho's podcast, he has a lot of those guys on from the old school, the real guys that were back from the NWA, and a lot of those guys have said that was their biggest gripe is that when they always get asked, well, why didn't you go to WWF? Why didn't you go big time? And they're like, well, we did, but we just kind of got pushed to the side and ignored, and so they didn't feel respected, and they went back to what they.
And if you notice, that's kind of what's happening now. Ambrose is leaving.
Yeah, what didn't Jericho just sign a deal?
Yeah, he's with AEW,
Yeah.
All Elite. I can't wait for that shit to happen. That's going to be awesome. Awesome. Kevin Martin, great man, very respected coach at the Performance Center. Cody definitely taking on his legacy with All Elite. No doubt Cody is. That stuff's taking a life of its own, man. The All Elite stuff, dude.
There's so much hype behind, and I'm excited about it because it's something that it could definitely live up to, if not well surpass the hype.
As
Yeah.
good as Arena Ball?
Because
Dude, this is way better than Arena Ball.
they've only got there's just like a handful of like confirmed workers that are going to that promotion, and it's already blowing up.
Yeah, they'll
But
do-
just with all the people that are being offered, contracts with them.
Yeah, they did a show. They did a show in Chicago, and it not promoted by anybody. So with Ross, big. They just kind of did it them damn selves, and it sold out in like 20 minutes, or some crazy shit.
Why? Because of the names associated, or
The names, because they're it was Cody Rhodes and and the Young Bucks, and they're like the up and comers.
Huge in the indies.
Yes, and a lot of these people are I'm trying to say it without being disrespectful to the guys in WWE. Not that anybody's gonna watch, but it's what's up, Chris Leith? It's cool to be in the indies now. It's because it's more of what that generation wrestling grew up on. That's their wheelhouse. Where WWE, the big network, isn't the product they want now.
Watered down.
Too soap opera-y.
Yep.
Yeah.
Watered
And
down.
and so what All Elite's doing, what Cody Rhodes wants to do, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Jericho, what they want to do is what we were doing in the late '80s, early '90s, mid '90s. That's my perspective on it.
So they're bringing
That's-
back 2x4s and birds.
Yeah. Kevin says 12,000 seat for Double or Nothing sold in a combined 6 minutes. Over 40,000 people were reportedly in the queue to buy tickets online.
In the queue.
It's
That is
New
ridiculous.
Japan, because to me, like, Ring of Honor is cool to watch, and I've liked Ring of Honor for a long time, but they do have a lot of, it's especially with, well, even in New Japan with Ricochet, but I'm less of a fan of the.
Okay, New
Right.
Japan, like y'all just threw me for a complete curveball. I
It's a
was
big
familiar.
promotion in Japan. I mean, not being a
okay.
smart ass.
It's Japan's WCW or WWF, I guess, or WWE. Sorry,
Get the F out, man.
it's their. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, they have that. But New Japan.
I didn't realize it was so wrestling is that big in Japan.
Oh, it's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Oh, I did not
Yeah.
know.
And it's
They
a
don't
totally
have
different
a small
ballgame, man.
crowd. They pack out their stadiums constantly, and their fans. It's not like on WWE. One week you might watch and the fans are totally into the show, and then the next week you watch it and the fans just hate everything. New Japan, their fans are dedicated. It's like
Oh, that's
3
awesome.
times the size of an ECW crowd, but they're just into it.
up,
Way
Brian
more.
Brown?
So is that everybody dressed like anime characters or what?
No, actually, they dress in T-shirts.
Yeah. Look like us.
For the most part.
Isn't that where a
They
lot
just
of
they get into their shows. Like Brock Lesnar wrestled there,
Yeah.
Chris Jericho wrestled there. A lot of the guys that they're getting, like I said, Ricochet. I'm not a fan of Ricochet's wrestling style. It's more gymnastics than wrestling, which takes skill, takes talent.
Oh, no
and it's-
doubt. 100%.
It's not the wrestling that I like to see because
Yeah.
it's way less wrestling. It's easier to me. Even though you don't know for sure what they're going to do, you can definitely tell. Oh, he's about to do something. When I'm watching an old school style, hard hitting, walk and talk kind of match,
Hey, Amanda.
you really just don't know what's about to happen next. And when they pull off big moves in that kind of match, that's when I'm wowed. I'm not wowed when I see a guy flipping all over the place and I know he's going to do something amazing because obviously he's really athletic.
Yeah.
Well, and is this just something for like the cult people? Because I already see Chris Lee chiming in, about AEW is going to be the next NWA. So it's like
It's a lot of the people that are involved with AEW are people that like that. They like that realer, rawer style of wrestling.
like I was just talking.
Less talking, more action, and it can be a match where nobody even goes off the top rope.
Yeah, it's like a Ring of Honor. They could get a bad rap for too many high spots in a match.
Yep.
You get the high spots like a big move. You do this guy does a Hurricane Rana, and this guy does next move. This guy does is a freaking superplex, and then that guy gets up from the superplex and throws a sweet chin music to the face. That guy gets up, pops in the figure four. That guy gets up and does they do finish move, high risk moves all the damn time where they're not necessarily telling the story.
Yeah, there's
Like
nothing,
you're supposed to be telling the story.
there's
Good guy,
nothing
bad
left
guy.
to wonder about. You're just seeing all these amazing things they look amazing, and they're really difficult to pull off. I could never do half the things they do in Ring of Honor, but there's people watch it for the story. And
Like,
if you
see,
can
within that-
tell a good story without being all flashy,
Well,
that's
all right, now, so that's sort of
where
my
the
point,
money
right? And so, Bradley, this will get into probably what you're fixing to talk about because where you talk about, it was more raw, right? I watched wrestling because it was entertainment and it was a show. You know what I'm saying? The minute one of the members of NWO was in trouble because they were caught with the owner
Dwayne
of
Johnson?
the company's cousin and they were out on a dinner date and now they're going to meet in the ring and square off. I'm like, oh man, like that's what it might not have been. I'm over exaggerating, but that's what it felt like to me. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I knew Hacksaw Jim Duggan was a character going in with his 2x4 and he was going to go up against the Honky Tonk Man, you know what I'm saying?
Ferris.
Well, what
Yeah,
I
so-
liked
Grab me
about
one, please.
NWA was like, let's say, Kevin Von Erich, Kerry Von Erich would come into the ring in his jeans, and Dusty Rhodes would come in his jeans, and they looked like two dudes at a party. They were fixing to fight.
Right.
And the show they put on, it looked like two men fighting each
Thanks,
other.
Lev.
Like it was they were. of course, at the time when I was so young, it really looked like that. And like they were just saying, there wasn't any flips off the top rope. They just went to beating the hell out of each other. And when Dusty Rhodes didn't think he beat Kerry Von Erich's ass,
So better.
enough, he reached over and grabbed a chair and just started beating the hell out of him. And then
God.
somebody else would roll in and he'd throw Kerry Von Erich some brass knuckles. And he'd go beating the hell out of Dusty Rhodes. And they were bleeding, and they were two men fighting, not characters. In my mind, as a young kid, that was like, that's real. That's they're not painted up. They're two men off the street in their blue jeans and their cowboy boots beating the hell out of each other, and that was awesome. And,
Hey,
then,
Jennifer?
you got into why they were mad at each other, and it was almost, and it wasn't the over the top, he's banging so and so's daughter. It was, it was like, you.
That's a good storyline, though.
You broke my friend's you broke my friend's leg last week with that cheap move, and I'm here to defend him. And then they fought like two real men, and that was awesome. I loved that.
Well, see, and I guess so. So here in my head, like you're sitting there talking about, like, because once again, I grew up here, So a weekend in Hillsboro, and I saw what you were watching. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, I understand.
that's all I had to do was go
I
to Hillsboro for
understand
the
that
weekend.
also.
I got that show.
I
But
understand that also.
Whenever I'm sitting there watching, and all of a sudden, I see the honky tonk man, and he's up there, and then
He really likes the honky tonk man.
I do, because he was a great character. He was a great character.
Apparently
And,
he's a dick in real life.
and then all of a sudden, okay, and now here's to my point, right? So you've got this prick up here, right, who can't play the guitar, but he's being Elvis and then what you got is you got roided out, crazy ass Ultimate Warrior who's just back there putting on his war paint, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, you got the prick in the onesie, and then you got the dude
got the
who's
rocket
just-
ship going
who
up to
all
him.
he's doing is as I know for a fact, he is backstage right now, banging his head against a brick wall as he puts his paint on. To me, I'm like, that is more real than anything.
I love
it's
the
just
Ultimate
how
Warrior.
that felt. Because I'm like, these son of a bitches are crazy. Because anybody like the Ultimate Warrior, just the way his attitude, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, that is not a character. Like, he has something chemically wrong with him.
Yeah, and it's called Dynaball.
There you go.
You gotta sell it. You gotta sell it.
Right, and
Supposedly he was a dick in
so
real
Brian
life
knew.
too.
Yeah. And what? Don't call me during the show. What's wrong with you, Schuster? What's great? Another thing is Bull's opinion, your opinion, your opinion, your opinion, my opinion. It's all subjective. It's how you see it. But to Robert's point about the high spots and stuff like that, ring art, that's a lot of people's opinion right now.
Yes.
A lot. I mean, more than just 4 or 5. It's a lot that you want to get back to, because like New Japan, All Japan, they're more of a, to me, like those matches that Jericho and Omega had. Holy cow, dude!
Now they'll do high flying moves and stuff like that, but it feels way more like they didn't go over any. It feels like these guys are in the ring and they're really pulling off whatever they can to beat the other guy.
Right.
And of course, the Japanese people, most of them are the same size, and they're not. A lot of them are big. There are some big guys at New Japan, but most of them are Americans that they brought over, what they call the Gaijin. But a lot of them are smaller, so you're not going to see a lot of Brock Lesnar type matches in a New Japan match. But you're also, except for Ricochet, you don't really see Ricochet. I'm gonna call them
Yeah.
Ricochet style matches.
Yeah, dude,
In New
he's
Japan.
nonstop.
But they will hit the crap out of each
You
other.
saw it.
Goes in your mouth.
Did you spill the beer on you?
Someone needs a bib.
My boobies were thirsty though. I had to give them some beer.
That is great.
Only you, Bradley. Only you thought that.
Really quick, we'll get off the wrestling deal.
High five.
So Sting was your favorite. Bull, who's your favorite wrestler?
Mankind.
Mankind. Wow.
Mankind.
I thought it was gonna be honky. I thought it was gonna be honky tonk man.
Wait. Man, let me get this. Damn it, I know his real name even.
Wow, that's impressive if you do.
Oh God, I know his real
Bull
name.
loves
Got
wrestling.
like 4 names. So.
Yeah.
God, shit, I can't think of
And
it.
and 3 of them entered the Royal Rumble in one Royal
Yes.
Rumble.
Well, but Huey, there's a Uwe or some shit like that.
Well, that's your son's name,
God
Huey.
bless.
You know.
Anyway, but
Travalmanac knows it.
are
you done guessing?
Mankind.
Mick Foley.
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 Uwe.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
My jungle love.
But
We've got Bull out of his wheelhouse over
More
here.
stand
well, 100%. You know, I'm trying to wrestle like I try to sport, but I mean, like I enjoyed. I love because I'm an entertainment guy, so I love to listen to them talking about building it and the difference between it, and seeing what the come up and the struggle and how they built it.
The story, that's the thing, man. Suspicion, make me believe. Like I was saying earlier, like when Gregory and Corey were wrestling a couple guys from Alabama a couple weeks ago, and Gregory absolutely chopped the dog shit out of one dude. His chest was purple, red, green, and the other guy that was wrestling with him was like, "I got something for y'all," because we were all booing them and cheering for Gregory. And for like a half a second, I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna go get a gun. But and then I was like, no, he's not. But he played the heel so well, he made me believe that. I mean, I knew better, but still, I had that suspension of disbelief. I'm like, okay, I'm in this match. This is
Always
real
go
life
in
right now.
thinking that you know better. It's like, oh, they can't get me. And then by the end of the night, you're just like,
Yes. That's how I go into every match because I
Yes, Jason King, good answer, buddy.
I laugh at very
Warriors.
inappropriate moments. Okay, go ahead.
Well, he was at Raw a couple years ago, and I can't remember who was. Of course, heel and face, like Seth Rollins and somebody, and
Hello, Sharon Ela.
Seth Rollins was getting the shit kicked out of him, and she starts laughing.
And
Well, there's a
you
Seth
know how
Rollins
I
fan in
laugh.
front
I
of
laugh
us.
with all of my soul, and
So-
it's loud.
So everyone knows it.
Yes.
This 11-year-old kid turns around and looks at her like, and she goes, "Honey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if this little motherfucker right here looks at me like it one more time, I'm gonna beat his ass."
We're at wrestling. It's all fair.
So Seth Rollins makes the comeback. He makes the comeback, and he turned around, stares at her. I swear to God, I will beat his ass. So then
I'm about to go
you
toe-to-toe.
had the heel get back on top again, and she's like, "Ha ha ha!" And as only she can do. He turned around. Kid, turn your ass around. I'll get you knocked in the face. I was like,
that's
"Look,
the dark match right there.
This
Yeah.
isn't. We're not in smart.
Yeah.
The kid out there.
We're in Nashville, and I'm a couple beers in.
This isn't Robert and Corey we're watching right now. You can't- no, you can't
I
do
can
that.
talk shit to those kids, and they'll just talk it right back. And their parents will support me. Actually, when we were at my very first encounter at Tennessee All Pro Wrestling, I get the usual warnings. Okay, don't make eye contact with the cheering. Don't talk to him. Oh, that's easy. Okay, good, because I wasn't going to anyway. But thank you for that. So I sit right by him. And they're like fighting beside each other and they're bumping into me.
I'll take
And
your
I'm
word.
just like, I'm chill, whatever. It's fine. And I had on the shoes you got me for my birthday. You and
Oh yeah,
Hope.
the Chucks.
Yeah, the Chucks, and they're like flowers, and they're really loud, and they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Don't talk to him." Travis told me not to talk to him. Don't talk to him. So they're tapping me. Well, tap turns into, "Hey," and they're jarring me, and I'm like bumping into Travis. And I'm like, I just look at him. I'm like, "What do I do?" They want to talk to me, and you told me not to talk to him. So I just look and I'm like, "Yes," and they're like, "I like your shoes." I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
I like your shoes.
Well, and then they start fighting and they're like on me. Like the brother has pushed the younger brother and he's in my lap now. So their mama comes up and is, giving them hell and y'all behave. And she's like, "If you don't behave, I'm going to tell her she can beat your ass." And I just look up at her and I say, "Really? Can I please?" And she was my hero in that moment. I had permission. I didn't use it, but I knew I had it in my back pocket.
There's one time me, Eli, and Tooth went, and me and Tooth were outside smoking, and then 5 more minutes snuck up on us. Just, "Hey man, what do you want? What was that?" So we're like, smoke. Oh, go back in. So we go back in, and Eli's sitting there, and some little kid is Ric Flair chopping the shit out of him, just constantly. Eli's like, "Man, thank God you're here. Can y'all do something with him?" No, sorry, can't do nothing with him. But anyway,
Kids get all Lord of the Flies.
oh man, they love it.
Yes, they do.
What's up, Amanda Willis? Lady A, who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
I like Charlotte Flair. But okay, and until Rowdy Ronda Rousey came out, because look, I was a fan of hers MMA. I've spent a pretty penny on her pay-per-views.
Boxer.
Yeah, well, and I like to see her progression because look, she's a shit actress. She was in Fast and the Furious, like that fight.
The Expendables.
It was
She wasn't
terrible.
She wasn't acting in any of her acting roles. They didn't give her a character.
No,
I
it's
guess
just beat this
Expendables,
ass.
It's like you're Ronda Rousey, but you're Ronda Rousey if she joined the military for a short time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
And we're gonna turn the cameras on and go.
yeah, and yeah, and that's what she has to work with. But so I've enjoyed watching her acting progress in wrestling and her restraint. Because you know she can break every bitch in that ring if she had
Well,
to.
yeah, there's no boxers
like
in
like
WWE.
in real life. So for her to like lose for a minute or be losing or whatever, and not just snap an arm, I think that is hilarious. And it's just really entertaining to watch her fucking struggle.
I think her getting
And that's why I like
beat
it.
with a crutch is really hilarious. That's fun to watch.
Bradley, who's your favorite?
Well, if you could forget about his horrible ending, Jim Lovelace would kill me if I didn't say Chris Benoit, because that's the truth. I loved that guy.
I remember
Awesome.
I model a lot of my wrestling after him and Dean Malenko.
Steve
Dean
Coleman. I
Malenko.
love Dean Malenko, man.
They're in that incarnation of the Four Horsemen. That's when I started watching WCW. Is when it was Mongo McMichael,
Yep.
Ric Flair, Dean Malenko.
I had those.
Arn Anderson had the tire iron. He was their manager. He'd come in with the tire iron to save the day.
I have the Four Horsemen action figures dolls still in a box with those four in it in the house. That was just one of my favorite pieces in my collection. if you will.
Benoit has had those jacked fingers that he couldn't even straighten out. He would just be over there holding the Four Horsemen sign up.
We were at Starcade '96. The one before when Sting wrestled Hogan. It was a municipal auditorium. Me, Bradley, Bones, Jimmy, we all went. And somehow we rode separate. We all sit together. Jimmy and Bradley and
Big Germ.
Big Germ were right where the wrestlers, the parking lot where the wrestlers were. So Benoit goes to get like a little Toyota Tercel or something, and Jimmy Lovelace, he's about an inch taller than me, like a Samoan dude, big, not ripped, just big. You don't want to fuck with him. All right. So Jimmy goes, "Hey Benoit." Benoit turns around and Jimmy goes, does that. Benoit with his crooked fingers. Does that and just like intensely stares down Jimmy. Jimmy's like, oh.
That was the coolest thing, too, is because you would see him. We saw Hogan leave, and he was in like this big black Escalade. And you see all these superstars leaving. And then here comes Benoit in this little broken down Tercel. He was the real deal. It's like, here's a guy that's just, he hasn't made millions. He's just there because he loves it. He's just,
Benoit didn't make good money.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure at the
but
end he did.
Compared to, like I said, Hogan and those guys, he was, because at that time, later on, the shorter guys there was a time when you had to still be that big jacked 6-pack, 6'7", golden tan guy to get the main event.
WCW, ECW did it, but I mean it's where WCW stole the big cruiserweight guys. But WCW really gave the smaller guys that weren't, even though they had Hogan and they had Nash, they had the big guys. There was a time in WCW where they didn't rely on them 100%. You could still watch Billy Kidman and see an amazing match.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
And he
Malenko,
wouldn't even
Saturn.
He wouldn't even do his like Rey Mysterio when he got to WWE did way more bouncing around and to the point where it was expected. Like when he was in WCW, him and Juventud and Psychosis and all them, they could pull him out of thin air.
Super Crazy and La Parka. My favorite wrestler. What's up, April? Of course, it's James Storm. His connection. But other than that, would be tie between Kevin Nash and Ric Flair. Kevin Nash has been I loved Nash when I was a kid, because my nickname's Diesel. He was Diesel. So he stole his shit from me. I mean, that's
Then he
Gimmick
became,
infringement. You didn't get him for that? Man, I'd have
then
got
he
him.
became big sexy because he heard Travis was calling him.
called big sexy. Yeah, I started calling myself, but that thing they never
So
called
that's
with
why
me.
Nash never jumped off the
I'll
middle
call you
rope or
that.
anything. He didn't want to infringe on your gimmick.
Exactly.
I
See,
get it.
you know, Robert. Good job, brother. Appreciate that.
He is the heel.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Aside from this wrestling gig you do every now and then, you got a little band going.
A little band. We play some tunes every now and
Yeah,
then.
Trigger Digit. Tell us how that came about.
It is almost a mirror of what happened when I joined Masquerade. Is me and my friend David have played music since like the 7th grade together, just jamming. He started a band. He decided that he didn't want to sing anymore. He wanted to just play guitar and maybe
Right.
do backup vocals. Asked me if I wanted to join the band. I joined them. We played for a year or two together. They kicked me and Dirk out for reasons that are
So Jennifer Gallagher being a dick.
in the past.
You were too tall.
No, I was the short one in that band
Oh.
too. Everybody was tall. Everybody's always been taller than me. But and Trigger Digit was pretty much the same way. Finally, David found some more people to play with. They played actually their very first show. They played at Main Street in Murfreesboro and got to open for Saliva
Oh shit,
Oh,
in
that's
2012.
that's pretty cool.
The it wasn't the Josie Scott Saliva. It was after they got
Oh.
the new singer, but it was still Saliva.
Saliva.
It was pretty good.
yeah.
And they played some really good shows, and David once again was just like, I kind of don't want to be the front man. I just want to play guitar. And then Chase McCutcheon, our lead guitarist, asked a friend of mine while they were at work. They worked at Hardy's together. He was like, I'm looking for a singer for my band, and I don't really know anybody around here that's really a good metal singer. And my friend Casey was like, oh, my friend Zombie, the dude that
I
I
got
rap
you,
with,
fam.
he could totally do it. And he was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, him and David are friends. And then from there, I did an audition, but like halfway through my audition song, they were already like, yeah, we're not going to. You're it. You're kind of the guy.
So you said you rapped?
Yes.
Oh.
I rap.
Can you rap now?
I'm actually on more rap recordings than I am rock recordings.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you've piqued my interest.
TSO 615. We are the Saints of 615.
Wow.
Me and Don C. Livingston.
Just on the YouTube?
Actually, we've got one music video on YouTube. We used to have two. I believe Trenches was pulled by David just because he redid his YouTube page and pulled the
Right.
video off. But we actually we have got one music video for our song "Back from the Dead." But yeah, since about 07, 08, I
Yeah.
started rapping with my friend Quentin, and then
Tarantino.
met
No.
my friend. I wish. That'd be weird to hear him rap. My
Yeah.
friend Don
Yeah.
C. Livingston.
pitchy.
It was actually my brother Jamin introduced us because he knew him from
Hey,
living at
Granny.
the trailer park in Murfreesboro, and he was like, I got my brother. He raps, but he doesn't look
he's
like a
like-
rapper. Because back in high school, I was what you call like an emo kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guess. Like, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Wait, when did you graduate? What year?
I graduated. Technically, I graduated late/early. I
That's
guess.
not a thing,
But
dude.
Yes,
well,
it is.
I
that
failed.
that
It is.
math really messes
I
me
failed.
up.
I
How
failed
does-
the 6th grade, but as far as high school goes, they considered they
okay.
to them I graduated early. So I graduated in December of 08,
I got you.
but I technically graduated a semester late. So I graduated like halfway through the year. But yeah, it was 08 from Cannon County High School,
CC. Yeah.
the Lions.
That math did not compute for me.
So-
I'm sorry. My brain exploded a little bit.
Potato.
Potato.
Yes, math. So you just predominantly sing in Trigger Digit?
We're working on we're gonna perform a cover from Bad Company,
Yeah.
Holy Water.
Oh,
Yeah?
that's cool.
And me and David are swapping places for that one. He was like, finally, he was like, I actually want to sing on this one. Robert, you want to play guitar? And I was like, me? Touch a guitar
Well, I thought you were-
amongst Trigger
I
Digit?
thought you were amateur, right?
Yeah, amateur.
Yeah.
I can't pick up Mjolnir.
Meow meow.
I loved
yeah.
that, by the way.
Oh, Aunt Cindy.
Like, that was instant perfection right there. I'm like, oh, we're friends now. Because you just, there was nothing said. You just fell right into it.
I got meow meow here on
Meow
top
meow.
of my internet beer, and Robert tried to pick it up and he couldn't because he's not me.
I'm
I
not
can pick it up.
worthy.
Four.
I'm not worthy. Yeah, I've been not worthy before.
We wrestled. Never mind.
Don't say it.
I'm not. So what would you classify y'all's style of music?
Trigger Digit is, I call it just hard rock because people have called us punk, people have called us metal, and we do both because there's songs we have that are really fast, really in your face, and then of course we've got the ballad one on the album.
Oh, yeah.
Got to have that one.
You gotta
soft
have
one.
man, gotta have that ballad, dude.
But yeah, there's so many different. Each member of the band are not only our musical interests, like our taste in music, are just drastically different, but our style for like what we play and how we perform are just completely different. Me and David click a lot on what we're into, but he's pretty much punk. You got Brian, who's really technical. He went to Berkeley in Boston.
Shit.
He plays bass and plays a little guitar, but is also like he's got like perfect pitch. And Chase, he's all 80s hair metal,
Hell
just
yeah.
wailing
Yeah.
solos,
Yeah.
just going crazy with it. And I'm
like
more
that
of
guy.
I'm more like new metal / I do a lot of southern rock style. Like if I'm playing my acoustic by myself, I'm more than likely playing Hank 3 or
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
some southern rock stuff
I
like
seen
that.
you playing your acoustic at.
The Wing Basket.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll be doing that again on the 3rd of April.
Okay.
It's just a little like wing shop. There's no PA, nothing like that.
Hey,
It's just
Stella.
set up by the window and play for a couple hours. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, sweet. It remind me of in that movie Rockstar, Mark Wahlberg, and
I love that movie.
yeah, I do too. That's an awesome movie. And he comes off the road because he quits. Steel Dragon.
Yeah.
Still right.
Stand up and shout.
Stand up and shout. Sorry.
Had to go.
Is Zach Wilde with a beard in that movie? Just trips me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I had to watch it a couple of times to like. That's Zach Wild. I was like, man, that guy looks familiar, but I can't place it.
Yeah.
I went and saw that movie just because I heard he was in it. I was like, man, I got to see Zach Wild, his film debut.
I only
Tell
saw-
him what your kid's name is.
Zachary.
Tell him how you spell it.
Z-A-K-K.
Nice.
That's right.
My son,
cool.
Middle name
one
is?
of my sons is Waylon.
Waylon? Yeah. Well, and your
What's your middle name? Yeah.
James.
Hetfield.
Now I would I had to say I tell everyone the Zach came from Zach Wild. James, it's twofold, but Sarah's dad's name is James.
I say Hetfield.
also, but as far as this group's concerned, it's Zach Wild and James Hetfield.
I would say Hetfield too. Yeah.
I don't know Sarah's dad, but I still say Hetfield. Are y'all on Spotify or anything?
Yes, Trigger Digit, Spotify, YouTube, Bandcamp, and iTunes.
What's Bandcamp? I've never heard of that. Boy, have you heard of Bandcamp?
Yes, sir, I have.
Thank you.
Bandcamp was one of the original ones.
I never heard of it until Trigger Digit was like, yeah, our stuff's on Bandcamp. And I'm like, what is Bandcamp?
Yeah, CD Baby and Bandcamp were the first digital distribution. They were the first places where you could distribute all your music from one place and then monitor it through your PRO.
CD Baby is
Really?
where we,
You barely
where
heard
we
of that
did
one?
stuff through.
I've heard of them, never been.
Because you all right. Well, Bradley graduated with his degree was like with the emphasis on the recording industry, so he kind of
Public relations with them.
Started to go
There
to
you go.
MTSU for that.
that's where he went. So yeah, I
Recording,
told you, music aficionado.
Commercial songwriting was what I went for, but yeah, I didn't finish.
I tried to go, but drinking got in the way. Thanks,
Well,
Bradley.
I was just telling
Thanks for
Travis
sharing,
this,
Ryan.
Hey, I
I
still
mean-
managed to graduate.
well, I
I'm
mean,
not good. I'm not smart as you though.
it made a ruckus, but I believe I don't know. I don't want to speak with my poor facts, but I believe what the news article was talking about was I think MTSU is one of the schools that has produced the most Grammy Award winning
I've heard that.
engineers and producers.
Yep.
Yep.
And so, like
told me
Barnett,
that
I
when I
didn't,
was there.
like I knew, Barnett, I didn't even, go to school at MTSU, but like after a while we were in the music industry, Barnett and them, we worked with them a lot up there in the RIM program. So,
I got to do some honors choir while I was in high school under Dr. Bundage. He would bring choir students from all over the state, and we would put on a show. We'd show up early in the morning and spend hours rehearsing 2 or 3 songs, I think the second year I did it, we actually did 4, maybe, I could be wrong, but all the kids just from all different high schools came and did music there, and just a lot of my friends that I know through bands in Murfreesboro went to MTSU for music, some kind of audio engineering or songwriting,
Broadcasting,
or
something.
broadcasting, radio. They do a lot with music.
So you two, all right,
Can
so,
you put that mic closer to your face, please? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I could get closer.
There we go.
Either
So,
or.
You know, and Bradley, you know, this, you know, you as well, because we never got to talk about it because we were way too inebriated back then whenever you were going. But like, what? Me still?
Yeah.
My mic up?
You're
You can't-
1 dot.
I'm only 1 dot. How
Yep.
about right now?
Well, you're not saying anything.
Well, and you got to remember now.
you go.
Let's turn up the.
You're
Just
good.
'cause we got 1
5 dots.
We need to turn it up.
Okay.
See, we
just
need to make
checking.
sure. Yeah, we need to make sure the compressor. But so Bradley, just this is for you, and then I'll come to you next, Mr. Real. Live or studio? What was your favorite place? Since you were just a minor, in RIM, like what was your favorite place to be in the studio or live, making it happen? Like were you ever in either one of those environments? With the
Yeah,
secondary
very
RIM?
very limited, but live. I mean, being in any live is always better.
Live is always better.
Yeah, that was. I went to school more for the business side of it. I had my degree was in public relations, and
Now, see, that's what I remember. I
And-
remember.
well,
I don't remember the.
it was a public relations with an emphasis in the recording industry. So I took all the PR classes plus the business classes in the RIM. And what I was more interested in being like a publicist or something because I knew I can't sing. And when you went to MTSU, you saw so many talented musicians that even if you tried, your chances of making it as a musician were slim to none. And so I was like, I would love to have the job where if I was into this band, my job was to get out there and promote them. Because Travis will tell you, if I get into a band, then I won't shut up about him until you tell me, that you like them.
Yeah,
right,
Yes, Bradley, I like Machine Head.
I crammed Volbeat down their throat before anybody knew who Volbeat was.
That's
I was
about
like,
how
you-
Bullet for My Valentine is with my band, especially with my bass player.
And so,
That's a good band, though. I like Bill.
so for me, like I said, in the studio, that's where all the technical stuff is, and it would annoy the shit out of me to go into a studio because, in my mind, before I went to school there, the band all 4 sat down. And they had all their songs written, and they all 4 started playing it. And you hit record, and you recorded. And they played it 3 or 4 times. There's like, all right, that one's the best. Then I go in there, and there's the guy on bass, and they're like, all right, it's your turn. And he's going, don, don, don. Don, 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 don. It's like, what the fuck is this? And then an hour later, the guitar player comes in, and he's going, what? And then they combine it all. I did not have a clue about any of that. And so, then when you
I
go
didn't know
see
that
them,
either.
when you go see them put it all together and do the sound check and then perform, if you get me live, I've been turned on so many times by seeing a band live.
That's for damn sure.
And then,
Wait a minute.
then I was.
Aroused. He meant aroused up there in Kittyland.
There have been a lot of bands I've been on the
Ruh-roh.
fence about.
Hey,
and then
Gert.
I'll see them live, and I'm like, all right, they're awesome. Now I'll go scream from the rooftops. You got to go.
When you see their live
Yeah.
live show is what it is that grabbed you.
Yeah.
Right.
I can remember, and this is going way back, but Damn Yankees opened up for Poison. And this was back in the good old days when hair metal was still popular. And I knew Damn Yankees.
Was that at Main Street in Murfreesboro?
That's
No,
Starwood.
Starwood.
Oh,
It was back
Starwood.
when
Okay.
it was back when Poison was still pulling in.
Okay, all right.
Pulling
all
in
right.
16, 20,000 people a
I'm
night.
still pulling the wool, too.
And I kind of like them. Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent's cool, and Night Ranger. They were kind of cool, but all these the dude from Styx, they're all in the band. I'll go check these guys out, and they blew everybody away. When Damn Yankees walked off that stage, I was ready to go. I was like, screw Poison. That was a rock show in 45 minutes, and Poison will
Because
never.
they were all trained professionals.
And they
Yeah.
were awesome. They were again, all 4 guys, jeans and t-shirts. no big hair, no makeup, just 4 dudes in jeans and t-shirts, and they just blew me away.
Reoccurring
Yes,
thing,
Gert.
reoccurring thing.
Live music turns Bradley on. That's what he says.
But anyway, to answer
Yeah.
your question, live. Short answer, live.
Turned on.
That's a tough one because I don't know. There's times when I've got
You're a writer. You're a creator as well.
I really like being in the studio, and more so like I felt a little more on edge when I was in the studio with Trigger Digit with recording our album. I was way more on
I see
edge.
what you did there.
Yeah, I was way more on edge.
Yes, Gert. Tesla.
Mainly because with Trigger Digit, I didn't do most of the writing. Like with Trigger Digit, they wrote most of the music, and I joined later. And I have been in the band since they've written new stuff, but I've only helped. It's not mostly me, but when I go in the studio and record like raps with my buddy Casey, or I record my stuff, which is normally just the acoustic stuff, that's more me, and I'm excited to do that stuff, and I can be more myself and have fun. When I'm recording for Trigger Digit, it's a little bit more stressful. Not really stressful because it's still fun no matter what, but I'm a little less at ease because it's not my material. I don't want to mess it up. I want to do it justice. I want to do it good. And then live, it could be hit or miss because I've done dozens of shows. I can't even count how many shows I've played. I still get nervous, just as nervous as my very first time on stage. But I try not to not showing it is the trick.
That's right.
Like inside, I'm just nervous wreck, running around. All the hamsters are falling off the wheels.
Scotty's in your head?
But yeah, not those hamsters. My head's not that big.
Well, okay.
He's not getting on a wheel.
My bad.
But
He's not watching. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. I don't think I could pick between the two. It's really a situational kind of thing for me. I love and hate them both in their own.
Well, no,
in their own
you're
certain
coming from an
ways.
artist. We were talking about it from a technical standpoint. So it's like the
Oh, from a technical standpoint, I love live shows because I don't have to do anything. I just
Yeah,
I stand there
yeah,
and wait
yeah.
for the sound guy to go, okay, center stage mic. And I'm like, check, and then I'm done.
You do your stuff. Yeah, let me turn my mic on.
I have,
We're good.
this is my equipment. This is all I have to bring. I don't have to lug in the heavy
Yeah.
guitar. Of course, you gotta help.
You get
help
more
your
nervous.
bandmates, but
You get more nervous when you wrestle or do a performance live with Trigger Digit. Or is it a different kind?
I think I get it's a different kind of nervous. It depends on who I'm wrestling. With the music, I'm always nervous. I don't know why.
nobody's going to sit on your face.
Always am. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
they
have
might
to.
if you're lucky.
I don't go.
True.
Ladies.
Unless I'm breathing fire. I don't really go crazy enough with the rock shows to worry about. Okay, tonight I could only fuck up a little and break my neck.
Wait, you
Not too
breathe
scared.
fire?
Yes.
Let's go back to that, please. Thank you.
Actually, we did the last time I breathed fire. I actually almost burnt the stage down, but nobody noticed.
You went great white on them, huh?
That's what I'm about
No.
to say. Like, every time there's been pyrotechnics
soon?
in something,
Too soon?
Nobody
Right.
noticed. Like everybody
No.
that I talked to after the show, even the owners, they all thought that it was just a part of it.
Oh, hell yeah. So you
But-
sold it.
Just ride it, yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote. I was like, yeah, it totally was. But ever since then, I'm like, until I get
Leslie.
a better method for the fire
Hey,
breathing,
girl.
I've kind of nixed that in our stage shows. I'm like, I can be badass without spitting flammable liquid into a torch.
I don't
What
blame
is the
you.
flammable liquid that you put in your mouth?
Everclear.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be like gas.
In wrestling, the
That makes me feel a little
the
bit
worker
better.
who I will not mention used to use kerosene.
Yeah, or something shitty
And
like that.
I'm like, I'm not putting kerosene in my mouth. At least if a little bit of the Everclear accidentally gets swallowed,
You'll catch a buzz.
well, who hasn't swallowed Everclear before?
it'll just burn.
Yeah.
But it's
I
not
mean,
going to
I've
shut my
shot it.
kidneys down as fast as kerosene will.
Right.
Yeah.
I think everybody at this table is probably shot Everclear.
Yeah.
oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
One
Who
of the
hadn't had
first
Everclear?
liquor I ever drank.
At first, I did it with 151, but 151 is way more expensive than Golden Grain.
Come on, talk to me on that. Yes, sir. I agree with that.
I think that was in
What
my
does
first
Gene
Punch
Simmons
Punch.
use, Travis?
I have no idea.
I figured you'd.
Baby seal tears. I don't know.
Damn. All right. Before we get to the burning question, we ask everybody: and you better have a good answer for this one. Somebody wanted you to publicly defend the Saint Anger album, which I don't think you have to do because it's a great album. Bradley's got your back on that one.
Absolutely.
I got way more people here have my back on that than in my own band.
Yeah.
David is the only one that agrees. We get me mostly because they're literally my favorite. But I get so much crap for defending Metallica at all.
Tattoos, man, shirts, shorts, underwear. What you got? I got it all.
I don't have any Metallica tattoos yet, but that's
got it.
mostly just because I like to pay good money for good work, and good money is rare.
Yes. Yeah.
But it doesn't take much defending. Yeah, I think that the album could have been produced better. I think that Bob Rock kind of went lazy with the production because, like I said, you watch the DVD that comes with the album, and they're just jamming the album front to back in a little jam room.
Yeah. I
It
agree.
sounds amazing. But the album itself, yeah, I definitely think the tin can snare drum sound and all that could have been mixed a little better. But as far as the songs,
They're great songs, I thought.
it's just me and Chase get into the argument all the time. It's like Megadeth versus Metallica. It's like, yeah, Megadeth has sounded the same since Megadeth became Megadeth. It's like you automatically know that's Megadeth just because it's their sound, whereas Metallica, it might take you a second because they can do other shit.
Yep.
They're talented enough and not afraid to just change it up a little bit and try a different sound. And maybe it won't work. Maybe it won't be as good as the album before, but at least they tried it and they did it.
Yeah, it's like, me and when Load came out, we were on my senior trip. and-
When Load came out.
You're just the
That was
innuendo
It
buzzer.
was 10 minutes without. It was
Wasn't that crazy?
I didn't hear Load.
Just 10?
No, he took it.
tell them about Reload.
Yes. So it's my senior trip. We were in Panama City, and we went. We're my little BMW. We went to a record store. Bradley went in and bought a cassette tape of Load. Throws in the first track on there is "Ain't My Bitch." We play it. I'm like, this isn't Metallica. Brad's like, yeah, it may not verbatim went that way, but I'm like, this does not sound like Metallica. And then once I heard "Ain't My Bitch," I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. That's the shit.
And of course, I made them listen to it for the 8-hour ride back to Manchester.
Yeah.
And by then, everyone loved it or was ready to get out of the car.
Yeah. One of the two.
You were there convincing them about how great of an album it was.
You're gonna love
All
this.
right, huh,
I
Bradley?
sat up front and was like, no, we're not changing this.
I was fine. I was driving. I was cool with it. But when I heard that, to your point, it changed. But when I heard Hetfield sing, and then
Hetfield's voice. That's something but of course with Metallica, they're famous for their really long intros. So
Yeah.
they give you time before it gets to the vocals most of the time, except for Fuel.
Yeah.
Of course.
And Fuel went at the concert in January. Our seats were behind the soundboard, and I've heard Fuel at every Metallica concert I've ever been to, hands in every single one. And for some reason, Fuel to me is becoming like Enter Sandman. I'd rather hear Enter Sandman now than I would Fuel. I don't dislike the song. It's just like Freebird.
You're a true fan, so you've heard it enough times.
Yes. It's like Freebird. I heard Freebird enough from 1988 to 1994. I didn't have to hear it again the rest of my life. I didn't hear it for 10 years. Now I'm back on it. Fuck, Freebird. Love that song. Same way with Enter Sandman. I'm like, God, please quit playing that song. Now it's Fuel. But we were sitting behind the soundboard so we could see the decibel reading on the soundboard.
yeah.
And it was big old ass display. That was the loudest song of the entire evening. Got done, Hetfield's like, shit, y'all like that song, huh? Because, it was loud. And which was cool. That's fine. They kicked that song's ass live, and it's a good tune. I just don't have to hear it every time now. But yeah, Fuel, they kicked that song's ass, man. It was great.
My argument for any Metallica album that anyone gives shit is two things. One, Metallica basically mastered thrash metal. I mean, they could do no more.
And
There's
writing
no,
songs in E, they
Yeah.
also mastered.
there was no room for improvement. And so why keep, again, I love Slayer, I love Megadeth, but give me Rain and Blood and Rest in Peace. I don't need their other albums because they all sound like a
100%.
a similar version of those two albums. Second, if you're a musician, after you've no, I don't care what band you're in. I don't care if you're Kerry King and Slayer. He listens to other stuff.
Yeah.
And so if you're in a band, why wouldn't you want to write other stuff? Okay, we've done this. Everyone knows we can do this. We can do it to perfection. Well, I'm 20 years older. I've gotten into Waylon Jennings. I've been working on this song. Hell, let's crank it up, put a Metallica twist on it, put out Mama Said. Why not? Why?
Yeah.
And if any other band
That's
without the name
Hudgens?
Metallica would have put out Load, Reload, or Saint Anger, it was just a brand new band. Those albums have been, man, have you heard this new band's album, Load? That fucking album rocks.
Yep.
But nope, it's Metallica. It's like, oh man, it ain't Master of Puppets. It sucks. It's like, no, it doesn't suck.
Short-haired Metallica.
yeah.
like-
Sellouts, you should cut your hair. Yeah, they had long hair for 20 damn years, 30 years. I'd get tired of it too.
But you know,
People
I
stepping on
got I got tired of it after 2 years.
it. See, there you go. I agree with Bradley right there, man. Because Hero of the Day, slow song until at the end, especially when they play it live. Holy shit, dude! They crank it up and it gets heavy. You're like, damn, that is some. And Mama Said, it's a good. It's not a ballad. It's more of a, like you said, a Waylon Jennings type. That's a badass song, man.
Well, but all right, and
change
so,
of pace.
and there's nothing more evil and metal than Ronnie. That song, man,
yeah.
that just makes you cringe.
Leon
You're
Cole.
like, damn, that's just, there's something evil coming
where?
out. That's just, and that's, it's not how fast you play or how long your hair is. I mean, that attitude, that song alone. I mean, my God, any other band. Look at Ghost. All right? Ghost is a rock band. They paint themselves up with all these upside down crosses. Those guys are metal. They're not a bad band. But, they're the Blue Oyster Cult with upside down crosses. And, so Metallica cuts their hair and they put out a song like Ronnie, which is just like, God damn, that's just a bluesy, evil fucking song.
It is. I love
Well,
that
it
song.
sucks, man, because they're not playing at 8,000 miles an hour. Well, so what?
Yeah, it's a damn good song, written well. Though.
Always going to be a band that's harder or faster.
But are they good?
Right.
But are they good? And can they actually play that fast in real life?
Yeah.
The Dragon Force. Got to slow down the tempo of all their songs for their live shows.
So, Larry Brown, that's the thing about Metallica. They're 55 years old, dude. And they're still playing.
They're better than ever.
Yeah, they're still playing. I mean, Rob's not even playing with a pick, and he played Anesthesia at the show in Nashville. He played it, and my daughter's like, "Daddy, that's Anesthesia." I'm like, "No, it's not." Oh my God, it is. He's 56 years old, and he is playing without a pick, doing the Cliff Burton shit. That was badass.
Case in point. Now, this is a different band, but I was at Ozfest one year and saw all 4 original members of Black Sabbath perform. That was the only time that I believe of course, they did a reunion tour recently, but Bill Ward didn't play drums. But all day long, Slipknot was there, Hatebreed was there, Lamb of God was there, Slayer played the main stage. Black Sabbath comes on stage, and these 4 60-something old men blew everybody away. I mean, they were phenomenal. You're watching, and it's effortless. And they were and then it's like, they're right there. They're not playing as fast as Slayer, and Ozzy's not growling like Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. There's not 9 people in jumpsuits and masks like Slipknot. But that's the heaviest fucking thing of the whole day, right there. Those 4 old men, because they're just, and that's Metallica. Metallica's just, they don't have to play fast.
Is it because they were heavy, or just because they earned their chops at a time to where they just had to get so good at being great on stage and putting on a great show that a lot of the other bands didn't have to earn that right?
Well, it's because, first of all, they you can tell then that's the point I was trying to make about the music. They love playing music, and so they were good because that's what they wanted to do. They practiced, they play. All they want to do is play.
Yes.
They're not, and they were playing music at a time when, again, the hair metal bands in L.A. on the Sunset Strip, Motley Crue, Poison. I mean, they were getting all the women. They were getting all the videos on MTV. If you wanted to make it big and you wanted to get all the women, you didn't start a band and move to the Bay Area and start playing as fast and loud and as ugly as you possibly could. That's what they wanted to do, and they wanted to do something different, and they did, and that's why they're so good.
Well, the only way and once again, you have to be good to break the mold. That's,
Yeah, they're in what you were talking about earlier, Bull. They came in when quote unquote thrash metal, and I hate all these genres we're giving metal, new metal, new thrash metal. Just it's metal or it's
Death
not.
metal, black metal.
Yeah.
Goat metal.
Metalcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore, metalcore.
Parkour.
Deathcore.
Well, and see, that was just like me, you know, it's like I couldn't.
Japanese
I,
metal.
I tried. You know what I'm saying?
Anti-core.
I mean, that's even like, you know, with After Apollo, you know, and in the punk, like I never got into it, you know, and I still try. I try, but it's like we're all sitting there talking about, like, I wasn't really into it, but I could hear, you know, a couple of songs on Master of Puppets, and I knew what a hit record was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Enter Sandman. I knew what a hit record was, you know, that album, you know. But I want to bring this up, you know, because you were talking about, you know, the concept of breaking away, and it from you know, music aficionados right here. What is that fine line between Les Claypool, you know what I'm saying, where you want to do something different all the time, and you're so, God bless, incredibly talented that you can create an entire new, you can reinvent yourself every 2 years, you know, or, you know, you are Metallica to where everybody's saying, hey, play Skynyrd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because now it's worked out for Les Claypool, but it's like, it's worked out because he's made it work. He becomes such an eccentric because he literally come out with a new band every 2 years for over 20 years that they just, his diehard fans just got used to it. And I think Metallica's diehard fans just couldn't get used to it. They wanted Skynyrd.
Les Claypool, you're the best bass player on earth. So I mean, he can, you know, and he can do bass sounds. He can do sounds out of a bass that don't sound like a
I
bass.
think a lot of Metallica
But is it the
fans
player
were-
or?
I think a lot of Metallica fans were just afraid of their emotions. Like, they started hearing Metallica do stuff like they did, even with One. Like, and I'm really surprised looking back in history, because I wasn't alive at the time. But looking back, nobody had a problem with Fade to Black.
They
Yeah.
did, actually.
Well, no, not as big of a problem as they did with the Black Album and Load and Reload. It's like, there was a slow song. That was their second
Because
major
see,
album.
from Master of Puppets, like for me, right? Because Chief Brandon Jordan, like that's who put me on to Metallica. Because I'd climb in the truck with him, and like it was just Master of Puppets. But then whenever Black come out, you know, and he started, I was listening to it, I was like, that shit's a great song. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh man, you know, it's softer and all that. I was like, I don't give a shit. That's a great song on the Black. Because I mean, if I'm not correct, I mean that's where Enter Sandman and
Yeah.
on the Black album.
Well,
are
the
great, yeah.
Black Album was there, and nobody, I don't care what genre of music you're in, I mean, an album like that is once in a lifetime. Most bands don't have that.
Of course.
I mean, there's the Black Album was what Joshua Tree was for U2, or what you know, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club was for the. I mean, very few bands get that album that's just universally
Hit record
embraced
after
by
yes,
everybody.
yes,
And
that is
it's, you know,
correct.
and regardless if it's a metal band or you know, or whatever, that was just one of those phenomenal. It just right place, right time.
Cason,
That just happened, and that catapulted them to this next level. That regardless what genre of music you're playing in, you don't get those albums very often. They just did.
Case in point, my homeboy Big Fella, what opened his ears up, aside from he was a fella was from the east side of Detroit, and but of course, you know, there was Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, like, you know, listen to all those, but what really changed his opinion of rock was Metallica's Black Album. He said they were bumping it in the hood in Detroit.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's
That's
there was what I see the other day. That was since they started doing some kind of rating system. That's the highest selling album on
It's
the
SoundScan.
yeah highest selling album of all time on that platform that they
Really?
yes has
It still sells.
yeah. It's like the
Physical
longest.
copies.
It's like the longest.
wow.
The best, longest rating album on the top Billboard Top 200 to 100, whatever, from 91 to like 2010 or some crazy shit like that. It was still in the top 200 albums of all time, still on that from 1991
Damn.
for
Wow.
20, 25 years or whatever. Crazy.
But you can't put it against Jethro Tull.
No kidding. I mean, are you kidding me right now?
First, like to think Jethro Tull.
Thick as a brick.
Obviously, you know. Robert, we got a burning question we ask every guest that comes on, every new guest. Have you seen the movie Roadhouse?
Yes.
Have you seen the movie Dirty Dancing?
No.
But you know what Dirty
Oh.
I
Dancing
know
Well,
what
that's
Dirty
backwards.
Dancing is.
Okay. Who would you rather be? Johnny Castle from Dirty Dancing or Dalton from Roadhouse?
Who
Both
would I
Patrick
rather-
Swayze characters.
Who would I rather be?
Who would you rather be? The bouncer or the cooler?
There's no wrong answer.
There is a wrong
There
answer.
is,
a wrong
actually.
There is.
I'd rather
There is
be-
a wrong
I'd
answer.
rather be the cooler.
Yeah.
You'd rather be Dalton from Roadhouse or Johnny Castle? Johnny Castle, the
Ladies' man.
the ladies' man, the dancer. You got Dalton, the badass. He whooped Terry Funk in that movie.
Badass.
Who gets Kelly Lynch naked on top of a barn roof?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then rips a motherfucker's throat out. So you're saying Dalton?
Dalton.
Chalk another one up for the bad guy.
That is correct.
My burning question every time this one asks is, whatever happened to Kelly Lynch? 'Cause, man, there was a brief period
Well-
of time where she was the hottest thing.
Yeah, because she was in that movie with Matt Dillon with Drugstore Cowboy or something like that. Yeah, she was fine.
Yep.
Have you seen the movie Every Which Way You Can?
No.
With Clint Eastwood.
No.
Every Which Way But Loose.
there's
Yeah,
two
Every Which
of
Way
them.
Loose. Any Which Way You Can. Every Which Way But Loose.
To the right track.
Clint Eastwood and the orangutan.
Nope.
He didn't even.
the
he,
orange
hadn't-
tan.
he hadn't seen. He hadn't
much
seen
younger
Dirty
than us,
Dancing.
man.
So
Hey, he's younger than we are. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to give him some slack.
I've had
She's
plenty of
still hot,
opportunities to
brother.
watch Dirty Dancing. That's just not.
well, it was just
really-
funny whenever he was talking about. We were talking about an album, and he was like, "Yeah, I wasn't born then."
Yeah, yeah. He's talking
That
about
sort of set a
still got it.
He's talking-
precedent there.
That's a Metallica album, though. I can go back for that. I'm not going to go back for
I was
Dirty
born for all of
Dancing.
them.
Wow.
I'm old, Robert. Shut your mouth. I'm just kidding.
I'll
All
get
right.
there eventually.
Have you seen Rocky 3?
Yes.
Have you seen Rocky 4? With Dolph Lundgren, the Russian.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Who would win a fight? Bradley, I don't think you've been on since we've asked this question. Clubber Lang or Drago? The Russian or Mr. T? The characters, not the actual people.
Yeah, the characters. I'm gonna go with Mother Russia on that.
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's
Russian.
what everybody's been going
Drago.
with. Not everybody, but the majority.
I think I feel like Clubber Lang would get a little too. He kind of just he's more of a meaner Apollo. He would kind of get too hype and too big for his own britches, and emotionless Ivan Drago would just
Clever Lane couldn't make it past the
punch
third
right
round with
through
anybody.
it.
Because they got knocked the fuck out. I ain't pissing no dude off from the south side of Chicago.
That's
Sorry.
the point.
What's
All,
up,
you had to do
Maswan?
was, all Rocky had to do was get him past that third round.
Bradley-
So Ivan was built,
Bradley, what say you?
And that's a tough one. That's a lot harder than the Johnny Castle question.
Really? Is it, Bradley?
Yeah, I'm leaning toward Clever Lang, man.
Why?
Yeah.
Clubber Lang.
I don't know. He's just got. I mean, I think
Clubber Lang.
I think what
Lang.
Rocky beat Drago because Rocky had passion. He had emotion. He had drive.
That's all Clubber Lang was emotion and drive.
That's what I'm saying. So
He's from Chicago.
Drago's kind of that emotionless machine. I think Clever Lang's pumped up, man. He's got that extra oomph. When Drago started going down, he got scared. He was like, what's happening? How's this guy doing this to
Well,
me?
that's because now why
Rocky.
was that? Because Drago was saying he's not human at like the round 7, right?
Right.
Clubber Lang, all Rocky had to do was get him past the third round, and Rocky knew the odds were in his favor.
Well, we're making this a movie.
Well,
Rocky,
the odds ever
Well,
be in
it
your
is a
favor.
movie. It's the movie.
Rocky learned his lesson after Clever Lang beat him in the first round. So now maybe Clever Lang's learned. All right, I got to try harder. I got to go through that Apollo Creed training, and and so the next go around when he gets his chance to fight the Russian, he's a little more prepared, a little more
Sound argument. That's a
little
sound
more,
argument.
got some of that heart back, got some of that strategy, not just the straight ahead. So I've talked myself into it.
Still think
All right, all right. I'm
break him.
bullshitting myself into believing it. That's what we're going with.
Publicist right there, publicist.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry. Rocky was the only one that could beat Ivan Drago. That's it. Rocky was on. I mean, Drago killed Creed in an exhibition match. Okay.
Because Creed didn't take him serious.
But Creed took him serious after a round, and Creed was a strong enough man. You know what I'm saying? That he could have. And that was the thing is when Creed tried to come back, he couldn't because I guess he was scared or whatever. But that was the thing about Clubber Lang is Clubber Lang, what
Make
his
it cold.
Achilles heel, he couldn't go across it.
Well, you know who would beat them all, right?
Hey.
Thunderlips.
Baby!
Hey,
Thunderlips. The
y'all know
Ultimate
what?
Male versus the Ultimate Meatball.
I got to tell y'all, I watched No Holds Barred.
Oh,
Oh,
rip.
Lord.
Oh my god!
Oh, rip.
Okay, all right. The first I watching back the first 40 minutes of that movie are so horrible.
Oh, agreed.
Oh my
That
god!
whole movie's horrible.
You know, no. Whenever they go into the bar, you know what I'm saying? It finally gets good, but it's like that whole first 40 minutes, it's just Hulk Hogan sitting across from a girl, and then they sit down in the restaurant, and she's like, and he goes, French, and then, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, way to knock them dead there, Hulk, you know? But
Have you
whenever-
seen No Holds Barred, Robert?
Ah,
That was like Hulk Hogan's attempt at being a movie star. It was the whole movie he starred in it.
I watched one of Hulk Hogan's little made-for-TV movies back when.
Oh, that's
Thunder
a
in
porn.
Paradise or whatever?
That's a porn.
No, that's Buff Bagwell. He was in one.
Oh.
Softcore. Andy Sedaris directed it. It was on
Buff
the
Bagwell
Skinamax.
was also in a movie where he got killed by a monkey.
I did not see that one.
I want to see that.
It was called Terror Tract. John Ritter was a real estate agent.
John
and
Ritter was in it?
He was
Wow.
trying to sell.
That's big time.
He was
Yeah.
trying to sell these 3 houses, but you have to tell like what has happened in the house. So each of the houses had something horrible happen at them, and in the second little story, it was this little monkey that someone had got from an organ grinder, and he brought it home. And Buff Bagwell was a repairman, and went in, or he was like a repairman or an exterminator or something. He was like, "Yeah, I'll kill the monkey," and he ends up getting like ganked with a straight razor or some
What's it called?
Terror Tract.
I gotta look
Hey.
that up.
Have you seen Death from Above? It's got Psycho Sid, Kurt Angle, and James Storm in it.
No,
I got a copy of it off Amazon. It's great.
Psycho Sid. in a
Psycho
movie.
Sid, Kurt Angle, James Storm.
That
It's
looks
it's great.
like
Huh.
nothing I would ever watch.
I'm gonna look that up.
Oh, yeah, there.
I'm surprised there's all the movies you've seen, Brad. I
That's
cannot
it.
believe you've not seen it.
The Granny Killer. That's the third little story. That actually, when I first saw that, I had a VHS copy of it.
Billy Baker.
It actually kind of scared me a little bit.
The cover, the Blu-ray cover, kind of scares me a lot. Is this monkey like possessed with supernatural, terrible powers?
No, I think it's just a little dick monkey. It's not. It's
He's
like
just
a
a dick and he
tiny.
killed Buff Bagwell.
It's just like the little monkey from Ace Ventura. It's one of those little tiny
Oh.
Them
monkeys.
shit throwers.
Oh,
it's
damn!
a
One of
teeny-
those little tiny
It's a tiny,
things.
cute little monkey, and
spider
everyone's
monkey.
like, "No, this monkey's not a malicious killing machine," and everybody just
spider
starts
monkey.
dying.
Whoa. After Monkey shines,
Yes.
my entire view of Spider Monkeys changed. I was like, whoa.
Agree with that.
What is that all?
Killed Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Monkey shines.
Monkey
There-
Shines. No.
Okay,
Actually,
woo, good.
I remember.
All right, all right,
I
all
remember
right.
seeing the cover for that movie, and when this Terror Track, when I saw it, I was like,
Oh, gross.
"Wait, is this the same premise? Like little
don't
spider
think
monkey
that
goes
in my
crazy?"
life.
Because if you look at the back, I never watched Monkey
Yeah,
Shines.
Yeah,
it was
it
great.
looks
I'm
creepy.
out.
In the
I'll never
movie
watch it
store in
again.
Woodbury at A1 Video, we'd see the movie all the time, and I would just look at it. And then when I saw
No.
Terror Track, I was like, "This seems like the same plot of that
Do
movie."
yourself a favor and watch Monkey Shines.
Nope.
Do yourself a favor.
Well, Tooth isn't here this week, but
Bradley, I say Bradley could knock out both
Oh, yeah.
music
Well-
and movie.
he Tooth did hit me with Music of the Week
Oh, he did?
by a
Oh.
band called Bad Flower, and the name of the song is Heroin. I haven't heard of it. Tooth's music palette is very eclectic. He'll be listening to Slipknot one day and then Mumford & Sons the next day, or
can dig
same
that.
playlist. Man, it's all over the place. It's crazy.
That's about like mine is.
And most of the shit I've never heard of. So there's that.
While we're sharing, I've got two for you.
Yeah,
Yay.
do it to it.
For the rock side, Mark Morton's solo album. He's the guitar player for Lamb of God, and he wrote all the music, and he has different lead singers sing on each song. And it's the last song that Chester Bennington recorded before he passed away, and that's really good.
Oh,
Bradley,
wow.
now who was
There's-
Chester Bennington again? I'm sorry.
Lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, this is more, if you're familiar with Lamb of God, they're a pretty straight ahead heavy band. This is more of a rock album. Miles Kennedy sings on one of the songs.
Oh, sweet.
If you're wanting something heavier, Chuck Billy from Testament sings on one song,
Bing.
and Randy Blythe from Lamb of God sings on one song. The standout track, in my opinion, is a song called Axis. The guy that sings on it, his name is Mark Lanigan, and he's the singer for the Screaming Trees. And he's got this Tom Waits, gravelly kind of voice, and the song is awesome.
We saw them at Lollapalooza in '96. Screaming Trees.
So, but I highly recommend.
No,
you
I
want
know so.
Yeah.
a good rock,
Travalmanac says so.
a good rock album. But if you want to go the other direction for some country, a friend of mine recommended this dude to me several months back, and I've been wearing him out. His name's Rustin Kelly, and he is singer-songwriter. And the dude, his songs, again, it's not like most of the country I ever recommend is nothing you're going to hear on the radio. But like he's one of those guys who's been around. He was drug addict, alcoholic, homeless, and then he's pulled himself back up. And his every song, I can just go to Spotify and just hit Rustin Kelly and just listen to every song that comes.
So what
on.
is he, a Midwest country or Texas?
So tag it.
Midwest.
Midwest.
Yeah, he's and again he's just good. He's just regardless of any genre, he's just one of those guys. His songs they have meaning. It's not about shooting tequila and going mudding.
You had me at drug addict because I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, like that's not a Southern country singer, that's a Midwest or a
Rustin who?
Texas.
Kelly.
Um,
He's really good. So Mark Morton's solo album, Anesthesia, and anything by Rustin Kelly. And you shouldn't
Mark
be
Morton,
disappointed with
Anesthesia,
one of
okay.
those, depending on which direction you go in.
Usually, Eli does the lunchtime theater. He's like me. He comes home for lunch during his work day. And anyway, you getting Horseshack over there? Or what?
Do you have lunchtime theater yourself?
Yeah, we all can do it.
Okay.
But I just finished Cricket
Mark
Fever
Martin?
on Netflix. It's about the Mumbai Indians playing
Oh,
cricket
okay.
over in India.
That not to be mistaken with the Losers.
Right.
Okay.
Losers,
Okay.
I'm episode 4, so I'm not done yet. But after I finished Cricket Fever, now I'm into Formula One, Driven to Win.
Oh.
Screw driving a Formula One car.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm not a big fan of NASCAR. I like NASCAR. I like it's fast, it's loud. I like cars. I like going fast. I would much rather drive a NASCAR than a Formula One car because NASCAR they're going 200 miles an hour roundy round. Formula One's doing 200 around curvy curves. Fuck that. I'm out. HOT out, son. Not happening. Those guys are crazy. And it's like if you barely touch something with the car, it's done. You're done. Go to the house.
Open wheel. Yeah.
It's so expensive to field a team. I mean, there's only was there 16 cars per race or something like that, or 18, something like that. You got 9, 10 teams with 2 cars each, and that's it. You don't have 43 like you do in NASCAR. You got 10 teams, and that's it. That's all you got because nobody else can afford it in the whole world. And some of these guys are the highest paid athletes in the world. Like Michael Schumacher is like one of the richest athletes ever, and he was a Formula One driver. And you never hear about him over here because it's not. It's a European sport, or kind of like football. Foosball. So Bradley, what you been watching? What's up, Jonathan Smith?
Man, this is an old show. I think I actually sent you a text recommended it, but Boston Legal.
Yeah, you
All
do.
5 seasons are on Amazon, and that's just great. That's all I've been watching. I did take a break, and there was a new show on Netflix called The Order, and that's the best way I can describe it is it's like a CW show but R-rated, and that's a guilty pleasure. If you like horror movies,
Are there boobies?
Yeah.
And we're talking about
no.
tongue in cheek too.
I'm out.
Like
You've got
it's
some-
cheesy.
there's a lot
no,
of-
it's cheesy. It's
Yeah,
cheesy
there's,
as shit.
There's a lot of attractive ladies on there, but you don't
Okay.
know. There's no boobs. But it's, again, like I said, it's like a CW show, but R-rated. With a lot of blood, guts, and some cussing. It was a good guilty pleasure. I knocked it out in like a couple of nights. I gave it the first episode. I was like, I'm going to give it one more, then I'm probably done with this.
Usually it doesn't take me that long to knock one out, but
Yes, it does.
No comment.
that's right. What you been watching anything on Netflix, Amazon, TV, movies, anything of late?
I did finish. I finally got to see the newest season of The Punisher.
Oh, we've not
What'd you
started that
think
yet.
of
Oh, we haven't.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
Yeah, me too, man. Kevin
I like
Nash is
the
in it.
one with
Dolph Lundgren.
Warzone. Punisher
Warzone,
War. That
yeah.
one was awesome.
Oh,
I
that
loved
was a
it.
good one.
I liked how they
I've
made
seen
the
that.
Russo character in that movie. I liked him better in that movie than I do the show because he's just like a pretty model with some cuts
Yeah.
on his face in the
Wait,
show.
wasn't Warzone? That was the one where the Russian beat him. He was in like the tore down
that was
apartment.
that was
Thomas
that was
Jane.
the Thomas Jane one. That was
Okay,
actually
okay, I'm
Kevin
sorry.
Nash.
Kevin
playing the
Nash
Russian.
with
Oh, that
blonde
was
hair.
Kevin Nash. Oh, that was okay.
The-
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The pay-per-view before he started filming, he still had long hair, but he dyed it all blonde. And he'd come out like, what the hell is he dyed his hair blonde?
then that's why I didn't.
And then the next
recognize
thing you know, he cuts all his hair off for this role in this movie. And you're like, oh, that's why he dyed his hair blonde. Got it.
Okay, all right, and then so which one is the one? Is that's the new character on Netflix? You're comparing the first and second season, or
No, I was just comparing the show on Netflix to the movie that came. It came out in like 2003 or 04.
Yeah, it was early 2000s, I think.
It was one of the
It's
best
good.
incarnations of the Punisher.
It's a good movie.
His fans loved that movie so much that he actually, like, I think out of his own pocket.
that's not the one with John
made
Travolta
it-
was a bad guy, right?
Yep, that's the
Oh, okay, all right, that was a great one. Okay,
Thomas
all right.
Jane came out of his own pocket and did like an internet short called Dirty Laundry, where he reprised the role of the Punisher, and it's only like 10 or 15 minutes long.
Oh,
It's
shit,
just a
I've
little
seen
short
that.
film. Ron Perlman is actually in it. He plays a little gas
wow.
station or a little
Okay.
liquor store attendant.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of talks to him, and it's like 10 minutes of build up. And you're like, come on, kill someone, be the Punisher. And then finally, he whoops an entire gang of dudes with a Jack Daniels bottle without busting it.
Hell, that hurts.
Just
Wow.
kills them all. And it was great. And I was kind of hoping he would actually
Kind of a
be the
violent man,
Punisher
Robert.
again.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I was very surprised. Once I watched Daredevil and saw the new guy that they had for the Punisher, I was like, oh, well, I mean, y'all can't get anybody else now.
yeah, no, I
Kinda already
yeah.
stepped into the role.
Yeah, my two favorite Thomas Jane movies is Punisher and 61. He played Roger Maris on his
good.
HBO.
It's
Billy
really
Crystal.
good.
That's awesome movie. Take
Barry Pepper. Barry Pepper plays.
he plays Mary. He plays Mantle. Yeah,
Maris,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. You take the historical fact of that being a true real life movie. That's a good movie. You know, you take out that this really happened. You're like, well, it'd be a good fictional story. They played. Both of them did a great job.
Shooter Jennings plays the bar band in the first 2 episodes of this new season of The Punisher.
Yep.
It
No
takes place,
shit.
Yeah, that's Shooter Jennings and his actual band.
Oh, I have yet to see it. We got to
My
get
friend
on
David told me about that, and then as soon as you hear the band playing, or I mean, if you've heard Shooter Jennings,
Oh, yeah.
as soon as you hear the band playing, it's like, oh yeah, there's Shooter.
There's Shooter. Wandering Localista, what you got?
I have some things, but can you come back to me in just a second?
After you asked me about movies,
No.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm doing stuff.
Bull, what about, well, you raised your hand, I told you no, but what about movies there, Bull?
rude.
What you watching?
Well, Bradley took my spot. So I love cheesy B grade movies. I guess and Bradley summed it up by saying a CW, flick, but like The Order. Like it's real cool. Like Batman Returns. I love Batman Returns. Like I like that cheesy element, and so The Order fit it. But Bruce, and so and like a lot of people, I thought that what it was, and I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I thought it was telling the story of Bruce Wayne as a young kid. Well, no, this young Bruce comes from a broken home, and his mother's passed, and his father's unemployed, and he's very angry, but
Hey, Christy. Stay
I
tuned.
always I got a homeboy that I always have a debate about the Bruce Wayne character of Batman, and he loved
It's Michael Keaton.
Well, okay, it is Michael Keaton, but where the debate always comes in is the darkness of the Ben Affleck Batman. That darkness, like he's like, no, that is what Batman is, and I'm like, no, Christian Bale is more the Batman that I see, because like, oh, you're overprivileged and you lose both your parents, but the world is still your oyster and you can't ever get over it. You know what I'm saying? So Christian Bale is whiny, yada yada, but this new Bruce, he is a 13-year-old kid, and he is full of nothing but anger and violence. and it is absolutely phenomenal. And right out of the gate, he pairs up with a young girl.
Hold on,
who
wait a
is-
second. Is this show called Bruce or is it called Wayne?
It's called Wayne.
Okay, I've seen that. I know what you guys.
Okay,
You were
I'm
describing it. I was
sorry,
like
I'm sorry.
Bruce, and then I was like, no, that's the
Wayne.
show Wayne. Wayne. Wayne.
So see, Bruce is named Bruce Wayne, but it throws me off. Like, are they playing off of a Batman reiteration?
No, I don't believe so.
They're just using the name, I guess. But so did you see? You saw?
I watched.
Is that not? Is it not like the first episode? I mean, it. So yeah. So
I recommend that to you, Travis.
Have any of y'all watched Gotham?
I love Gotham.
I'm pissed that it's gone.
And I am right there with you. I am dying to see what happened after everybody got off. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and I'm not done with it. Like, whenever I heard that it was canceled, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to wait and watch the last few episodes. I think I have like 6 episodes left. But
Yes.
I'm hoping that somebody picks it up. That was an awesome show. It was
God, it is awesome.
like prequel, little bitty Batman, little bitty Catwoman. It's like,
Baby Batman, look
yeah, little bitty Poison Ivy. Like, she's 12, and then the next day she's 22 and hot. Like, that's a really good.
God, I'm right there with you, lady. Yeah, I
Love that show.
I love Gotham. I
What
love
platform is Wayne on?
YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Okay.
The YouTubes? Okay,
It's got a killer soundtrack too. I picked up on a lot of good songs off that show.
before we get to the Wandering Localista here, The Dirt comes out Friday, tomorrow. Motley Crue movie
Oh
on
yeah.
Netflix.
We're gonna be like kids. You're going to bed early tonight.
Man, I
Yeah.
cannot
As
wait.
appointment viewing.
Has anybody read? Y'all read the book, The Dirt?
Yes.
Nope.
You read the book? Oh my God! Yeah, hell yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
It's
read it.
great because it's like chapter 1 is Nikki Sixx, chapter 2 will be Tommy, chapter 3 is Nikki, chapter 4 will be Mick, chapter 5 is Vince, and then they go back to Tommy, then they go back to Nikki, then Nikki again. It just bounces back and forth.
Like a hair metal Bible.
Man, dude,
Oh,
it
but I'm
really
telling you,
is.
And it's not. You read it, and you're because I mean, as a normal citizen, you think, God, it would have been so awesome to be in Motley Crue or Guns N' Roses.
Oh no.
I read The Dirt and I read Slash's biography, and that was not fun. I mean, their stories. I mean, you can tell they're not glorified. It's
I read some
that
of
shit's awful.
Nikki Sixx's book,
The Heroin
The
Diaries?
Heroin Diaries. I
Heroin.
read some of that, and even that is just enough to be like, I don't ever want to.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be that.
You don't want to be that rock star.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
talk
no,
about you
I like the rock star I am now.
at the highlight of their success. They're just all what's going on behind the scenes is just awful. It's like, God damn,
Yeah.
I would never want to do that ever.
All right, Wandering Localista, what you got, homie?
All right, so I'm going to have to get all up in the camera for this because
Oh.
I have show and tell time.
You want me to bring the camera to you? Let me bring the camera to you, Lady A.
Okay. The camera's coming to me.
Dun dun dun.
I should stand.
Oh, okay. Right.
You sure it's coming to me?
I'm gonna bring it to you right now.
I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Oh, girl. Hey.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, Ma. Hey, Ma, look, it's me.
It is after 10. It's just going to turn into one of those 1-900 numbers.
Might.
No, it's not.
Hey, are you who? Anna Rose Parodies? Hey, are you crazy? No, we're not crazy.
No, we're just fun.
Yes.
Oh, Robert says yes. He's the rock star, though. We're not, so he gets paid to be crazy.
Okay, so Lady A's look tonight is brought to you by a couple of wonderful ladies from Winchester, which is where I'm from. So I'm repping Winchester. So this outfit that you see here is courtesy of Amber Mason. Oh, I thought somebody was here. Now I'm all fucked up. Amber. Courtesy, Amber, thank you. I spent some time in her boutique. She's right off the square in Winchester. Spent some time in there the other day, and well, I found more things than I planned on finding. So it was a good day. I got a lot of cute outfits. This is one of them. So if you like this, it's velvet, y'all. This is velvet, and then this is silk. and it's amazing. Oh yeah, zoom in.
That was too much too quick, lady.
Extreme close up.
That was way extreme.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That was so much
It's
fun.
like, oh, we just hide myself.
Oh my goodness, that was so much fun.
That was
It's the everyday whoa show.
Oh my God, y'all have got me all messed up now. That is hilarious. No, but seriously, I got so many amazing things from her. Look, I'm not a huge fan of jean jackets just because I don't know how to wear them, but I bought a jean jacket, which will eventually be worn. But her shop is Take Two Boutique off the square in Manchester. It's Amber Mason. Love her to death. And then in her shop she's got her partner is Whitney Summers. She is an esthetician, so if you want a good facial, she's amazing. She actually uses Lime Life products, so that is fantastic. They're both repping Lime Life. So all of you, estheticians or salon owners out there, if you're thinking about, getting in to a good, you want some good skincare or some professional makeup, it's all natural. It's Leaping Bunny friendly. So if you want some good facial products, Lime Life is where it's at. You can hit me up, you can hit up Amber, or you can hit up Whitney. All of us we're your girl. So that's amazing. And then this jewelry, after I bought this lovely outfit, I went to another place and I saw this awesome jewelry. It's chains, and it comes with little chain earrings, and it matches my thing perfectly. Look at that. It's
Can't
perfect.
see it because it matches it so well.
Doing extreme close
Extreme close up, yes.
Extreme close up.
Extreme close up. You can't even see it. It's so perfect. It matches.
Lady A.
Oh, extreme close up.
So, they're adorable. Let's zoom out. Okay, thank you. Hairspray
Game on.
salon, also in Winchester, and got this. So, Christy Womble, she sells the jewelry, and there's a fantastic setup in Hairspray salon. And it's paparazzi jewelry. So, y'all, this stuff was $5.50. $5.50. Necklace and earrings total. Like, I'm sorry, I went a little crazy and I got quite a few things.
That's a good square deal.
I thought so too. Like, it was amazing. So this is really cool stuff. And then Hairspray. So if anyone likes my hair, which several people do, I mean, I can't help you. Thank you, Bradley, earlier for complimenting me on my hair. Hairspray Salon, Brandy Evans. She hooks me up with this hair. She can hook you up too. She's in Winchester, so hit her up. Hit me up if you want to know about any of this. But Wandering Localista has now gone into show and tell time. So that's all I got.
Ta-da!
Thank you.
You got the extreme close up.
Yeah.
Well, let's do one more. Extreme Extreme close up on Travis. Oh my goodness, that looked terrible.
I was pooting.
Whoa!
Okay, extreme. Real extreme. Okay, yeah, that was too extreme.
Too
Yay!
Sweet. All right, Robert, you got some swag there on the table. Trigger Digit shirt, some stickers, CD.
CDs, yes. For the even younger viewers than me, CDs, they're actual physical copies
Whoa!
of albums, and they started coming out
cool.
after cassettes and records. You can believe that? People still kind of know what they are.
I love a CD.
I
myself.
love a CD too.
I love a CD.
I got Corrosion of Conformity's Deliverance in my CD player right now.
I just found that CD last night looking for a PlayStation game. Like, so I got it.
Hey,
And I opened it up,
Kayla.
and the CD was actually in the case. I'm like, oh,
I've
I still
got
have it.
Blind and Wise Blood. The
Oh,
Deliverance
Wise Blood.
album is the one I don't have, but on my Reverb Nation, I actually recorded an acoustic cover of Clean My Wounds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's a good tune, man. I love that song. Saw them in '97. They opened up for Metallica.
I haven't got to see it.
Seen them twice, and once in Memphis and once in Nashville. on that tour. That was awesome. So where can we buy said products here, Robert?
I'm not really sure exactly if you can like order them. I think if you message us, PayPal us a payment, give us your address, we'd be more than happy to send you a physical copy of the CD. But for right now, you can download it on iTunes and Spotify. If you've got it, you can stream it, Bandcamp and YouTube. Come out to a show. We've got a show. Our next official one is May 4th. It's going to be at the Burrow Bar and Grill
May the
in
4th be with
Murfreesboro.
you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome. Get the show May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. That is.
So you're
awesome.
playing the Borough
Yes.
May the 4th. All right.
And we will be there with shirts and CDs and stickers, and we might play some music too. Okay.
Might you?
You have a website for Trigger Digit?
We've
Facebook page?
I think
Instagram?
we do have Facebook and Instagram. I'm usually the one posting the shenanigans on the Instagram page.
Okay. Cool.
We're on
But,
Google Play Music.
Hey, yeah, there we are. It's us.
Pow. Trigger Digit.
Pew,
That's such a cool
Pew,
name
pew.
out there. I was thinking about
Trigger finger was taken,
Yeah.
so
Trigger Digit.
Trigger Digit.
I like it.
I think it's a cool name.
That is cool.
So we got this Saturday. You're taking on Corey Prince.
Yes, sir.
We're not sure if it's a title match or not. Then we got
Sure.
April 6th at Central View Elementary, Walling, Tennessee. Free show, believe it's TV taping. We're if that's one that we're going to be there doing the.
Y'all need to show up.
Yeah, we're doing the pre-show and a post-show probably.
So, that's potentially two super shows. We've got the one with Mayhem plus the free show with the Everyday Joe show.
Yeah,
that's a super show in itself.
That is a super show in itself. Then, like you said, we got the super show on April 13th with Badass Billy Gunn, James Storm. That's going to be epic right there, man. It's going to. I told Gregor that show will sell out quick. We're going to have to get there early.
And it's a good chance for the workers to hopefully get some pointers from Billy Gunn, because if anybody can teach you about the business, it's definitely Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
At least nowadays.
What's up, Brad Riddle?
Yeah, he's been here, there, and everywhere. That's
Hey,
for damn
Haley.
sure. Trigger, you got anything else to plug with Trigger Digit or with Robert Z. Real and Tennessee All Pro Wrestling?
Well, other than what you've said, I know April 3rd, if you're in Nashville, you're close to the Wing Basket, you're hungry, want to hear some music, I'll be playing from 6 to 8 on April 3rd, just jamming. Might even bring one of the Trigger Digit guys with me like I did last time, play some acoustic Trigger Digit jams. And you can listen to my raps and my other music on YouTube or Reverb Nation. Other than that,
All right. David Joseph
waiting
said
for April.
YouTube is our current undertaking.
That's cool.
I concur.
He Robert concurs. All right. Huh?
I have two more things.
You got two more? What you got?
Okay, so the Wandering Localista Part 2. So Kayla White, Dennis White with Promise Manor in Lynchburg, which is
Dennis is this.
Dennis is this actually, and so is Kayla, because I love both of y'all. But Promise Manor, it's an old 1800s house that they have bought, and they're turning it into a events center, B&B type thing. It's gorgeous. Well, their vendor event is this Sunday. So if you're a wedding planner or photographer or just a nosy person like me and you like to have fun, this event is for you. It starts at 11 a.m., but go check out Promise Manor on Facebook. They are amazing, amazing people, and I'm really excited to see what this is going to do for the community. And then the other thing that I would like to bring up, I had the pleasure of meeting one of the owners of Downtown Creations Deli in Deckard. So I've always heard about this place, and it's gotten rave reviews. That their food is amazing. It's in downtown Deckard, and I'm from Winchester. I don't know if any of y'all know where Deckard is, but it's
Amber does.
the other side. Yeah, yes, Amber does.
Yeah,
oh, you're
Amber
back.
does.
Hey, Amber.
Yeah, she was talking about it.
Yes, so Deckard, on the other side of the railroad tracks. It's right there as soon as you come in. They have sandwiches, and it's just delicious. As soon as you walk in, the smells hit you in the face, and it just makes you hungry. But a fun fact about them is that they actually deliver, and they deliver for free.
Ooh.
They actually have their own delivery drivers. They deliver. All they ask is a tip to your driver, which is acceptable. That's reasonable.
That's all I
Could
got.
you give them advice on like their fashion or something?
Like a tip.
I feel like
all I got's a tip.
they like green tips.
Just a tip.
Yeah, just a tip.
That's all
Yeah.
Travis has.
No, a thank you that folds or something like that. But yeah, no, they're amazing, and they really have good reviews. So I wanted to give them a shout out as well.
So it's possible that next week you could bring me home some sandwiches from this place.
Yes, it is possible.
Well, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, actually, April 2nd, I'll be back there, so
Just
I can
the
do
tip
that
of
then.
the sandwich.
Just a tip.
Yeah.
Of the sandwich.
Tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want a sandwich.
Yeah, no, I do too.
Yeah. Okay.
We just need a field trip over there.
Make it on a Thursday after he's been fasting.
Yes.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah.
Eat fast.
We'll go field trip over there. It'd
Yeah.
be cool. So yeah, love y'all. Thank you. Okay, I'm done.
Are you?
I think so. For now.
Right. I'm gonna shut down. She's like, oh, no, hang on. You've been a little busybody though.
I have been a busybody. I'm
Yeah.
a girl about town.
You are.
Just ask me, I'll tell you.
Have you been about town?
I've been all over town.
I've seen her out and about more than you in my limited time out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
bump
shit.
into her.
I
Yep.
know. All right, so we're going to wrap this bad boy up. Lady A, thanks for womaning the controls.
Well, thank you.
Excellent job.
Well, thanks.
The snack in that new outfit over
You're
there.
a snack.
Suck up.
Just smart.
Yeah, he is smart.
We get to all go home. He's still here with us, so he's got to be nice.
Oh, it's not like that. He wants to be nice.
I'm good at being nice. Bradley, thanks for filling in for one of the guests that never leave.
Thanks for calling. Always fun, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I was just telling someone recently how lucky I was to have such a great group of friends and places to go where I can be me and still be liked the next day. And this is one of them. I'm always happy to be here. I thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
anytime, dude. Yeah, we have seats set up now for Peanut Gallery.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to come over and we're doing a show, you can just sit down and listen to us and
every Thursday-ish, 7:30-ish.
Yeah. Heavy on the issues.
Yeah, we are heavy on the ish.
Heavy.
Yes. Robert, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for making the trek to Woodbury.
Thank you guys for
Appreciate it, man. Hope
I will
well,
totally be out here again next time I'm invited. Might even bring force somebody to
yeah, you should bring
come on the show.
Your
was it,
man.
David. Let's talk to her. Yeah, he says you got some
Oh, he lives right in town, so
here.
yeah.
Really?
He's from Manchester. Yeah.
I'll be damn. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, come by O'Reilly's. Holler at me, David. I'm there all the time. Don't
He
shop
was,
at
he was in the borough earlier. I just wasn't sure if he was going to be back in
Yeah.
town yet.
Don't shop at Zone or Advance or Carquest.
No.
Go holler at me, buddy. But thanks for being here, man. Good luck with Trigger Digit. Good luck in your match against my buddy Corey.
I'll try to allow him to walk out of the ring.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be there this weekend. So I mean, I won't be cheering against you or anything. So
I've got my kids. We're probably going to be there.
So, but thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate it. I know we were talking about it for a little bit, and glad you had a clear schedule this week. Bull,
Yep.
playing the Eli, aren't you?
You're welcome.
Thanks for being here and doing what you do. Don't forget, y'all check out www.theeverydayjoeshow.com. Make yourself a profile, interact with us, throw some polls up there, some memes.
Throw some
Polls. Bull loves when you throw him a poll.
No,
He likes fishing. I was just saying you like fishing.
I don't like fishing.
He likes the other pole. Never mind.
I don't like that other pole either. Well, I do handle mine well. So
Well, yeah.
I do.
All right. Anything else?
I'm good.
We good? All right.
my
Appreciate it, guys.
bedtime.
I holla.